favorite platform to stay up to date on all the storylines on and off the NASCAR track. The crown is yours.
Come on. What are you doing? Trying to watch the game, but my screen's busted.
You should go to T-Mobile. You could trade in a broken phone, and they'll give you a brand new iPhone 16 Pro on them. Where did you get guns?
It was under my seat. When's this thing over?
At T-Mobile, new and existing customers get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us when you trade in your busted old phone. Plus, families can switch and save 20% versus the other big guys' best plans, plus streaming.
Alrighty there, what is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today?
I figured it out.
Hope everybody's having a great fucking day, because I sure am.
What do you got there, Larry?
What's up, Lucas? How you doing?
You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or
We
something?
got racing from Phoenix, Avondale, Arizona.
Last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one.
Gonna be a good race today because they got something different. Because like if this race was the way it was last year, it would suck.
Or you
But
could try one of these savings options.
they have this thing called a tire.
There it is. See?
They use them to drive the cars. The cars cannot drive without the tires. So they have that, but then they added a second tire. Yeah. So like the main tire is yellow, and it's kind of just the normal tire that we always see. You're at Phoenix Raceway? That's awesome. But then they have this second tire that's a red tire, and it's faster. It has more grip. You'll be a faster motherfucker when you're on those tires. But the thing is, the downside is that it wears quicker. So then you could not be that fast for very long. You could be faster, but then you could also fall off a lot quicker.
More smoke.
Which is bad, but also it's good because you gotta like weigh what's important, you know?
More friends.
Yeah.
More family. Welcome
I don't know how many sets they have in that tire though.
You'll leave with something you'll never forget. Welcome to NASCAR.
Live here in the desert.
So yeah, 7 sets of the original main tire and then 2 sets of the option tire. I don't know. Are you able to go half and half on a set? I don't think you are. I think I remember last year that you weren't able to do that. But you either have to go all red or all yellow.
South Central region, it's here.
I'm pretty sure. Green flag is in about 25 minutes, 3:41 p.m.
It's alive.
Stages, first stage ends at lap 60. The second stage ends at lap 125. Oh, wait, no. The second stage is 125 laps. So that'll end at lap 185. And then the third stage, the third and final stage, is the final 127 laps of this race. It's a 312 lap race, 312 laps, 500 kilometers. That's where the 500 comes from.
This is the track where we crown champions.
And yeah.
This is the track of some of NASCAR's most notorious moments. But it isn't about that. This is about today, because this is Phoenix.
And we're in front of
Honestly, this, like, as weird as it might sound, this weekend is kind of like my dream weekend to go to. Like, well, maybe not dream weekend, but it's like probably like top 5 weekends that I would want to go to is the Phoenix spring weekend. Because Phoenix, you know, I get to see the race, and then I'll get to catch a Suns game while I'm there. If I'm there for like the whole week, I'll get to go to a home Suns game. And then also during March is spring training, and they have, yeah, granted they wouldn't have the Red Sox spring training because they're in Florida, but there's a lot of spring training games in Arizona, and Arizona spring training is actually better because all of like in Florida, like you could be driving like 2 hours to get to the next spring training ballpark. In Arizona, they're all like 15 minutes from each other, so or they're all like within 15 minutes of each other. So yeah, it's like the better spring training.
That's something that bothers him to not put a finish, an end to that.
Bad thing about that, though, is it never rains in Arizona. But when it does, that means that, like, every spring training game that day gets canceled. So that's the bad thing. And that did happen earlier this week.
So it's been fun to see him kind of step out and do some different stuff.
We were just talking about you. I'm sorry to be to interrupt with the family here. We're talking a little bit about last week, but this is a place you've had success. You probably got to feel like you're close, especially where you're starting as well.
Yeah, I mean, we unloaded. The car felt really
Kyle Busch
good,
starting
but the
15th
way
today.
That it felt didn't really transpire to that top 5 speed that I was hoping it to get, but overall, I like the Reds. The Reds feel really good. They make me comfy, and I'd like to have more sets of those. So, but we'll deal with what we got and get the lay up front.
All right, the tires. Hopefully you'll make the best option call. Thanks, Kyle. All right, have a good one today. So Jamie and I will walk down the grid a little bit.
So general consensus, everybody wants more of the faster tires.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It sounds like the red tire should just be the normal tire. I mean, it would still be yellow, but like it'd be everything that the red tire does. That's what I've heard. That's what drivers want.
Oh yeah, here's a guy said
how's it going?
Very casual. By the way, he picked you to win the race, so you got a little added pressure.
Well, now hang on. Harvick and I both picked you to win the race. Boyer took someone else. I told him I was going with the smart one. How do you feel about your car today?
Well, thank you and Kevin for picking me. That really means a lot. And Boyer obviously has no idea what he's talking about.
That's what he said.
We knew that.
I'm gonna see if Nick wants to come over.
I feel like our car was pretty good in practice. From the primes to the options, it was a big change, but hopefully we can offset it right. So, the Worth Ford Mustang's pretty good, and it's always nice to come here. Jonathan, everybody always does a good job of knowing what we need here, and hopefully we can finally get one in the win column today here. We've been good here for a long time, and hopefully you just keep putting yourself in contention, and maybe one works out for you.
Yep.
Well, let's talk to Jonathan. A little bit of pressure on you. When are you going to try to use those 2 sets of tires today?
Yeah, I think the tires are a definite advantage. If you want a chance to win the race, you got to try to keep them laying at the end.
Well, Chris and I agree that we're glad we're not you today.
All right, thanks for your time. All right,
good luck today, guys.
Very cash. So we got one more. We can talk to one more driver. He's one of the few champions, Ryan.
I missed the Michael Waltrip red walk.
Victory here at this Phoenix Raceway, of course, again, where the championship.
You just walked right past Christopher Bell, and he tried to say something to you guys, and you didn't even realize. That's fucked up.
Because you always have something valuable to say. So assess this race, not from Denny Hamlin, but overview. What kind of race will we see? Because we've had speedways, we had the road course. We're looking forward to this, where ultimately the champ is crowned.
I think that this is Mike Ford from NASCAR Commons' dream. He's going to have the record amount of...
I highly doubt we'll have the option tire when we come here in November, because that's the finale. They're not going to want to fuck with that. So yeah, I highly doubt that'll be a thing. And I remember I asked Bob last year if they had planned on doing it, last year, and he said no. So I highly doubt it would be any different this year.
Meanwhile, live on FS1, opening ceremonies. Thanks for being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able, remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as Luke Air Force Base presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from the 56th Fighter Wing at Luke Air Force Base, Chaplain Daniel Starr.
Heavenly Father, hear our cheer. As engines roar, we feel you near. Bless the drivers, fast and bold, with steady hands and hearts of gold. Through every turn, through speed and test, keep them safe and guide their quest. With love to the rescue, we make our end. In faith most true, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Nice poem.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome international recording artist Nayo Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting, and they gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
America. So yeah, we have a female in the race today for the first time since the 2018 Daytona 500 in a Cup Series. Catherine Legg. She's raced in the IndyCar Series before. I know she's raced in the Indy 500 before. She's raced in the Xfinity Series many times. She might even have a few truck starts, I'm not sure, but yeah, so it's cool to see her in the race. She is starting in who knows? Oh, she's starting in last place. Well, that sucks.
The stories continue.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer. So you start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on the finance guy, will it make him softer? Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
You want high-performance, long-lasting, affordable tools. You want Harbor Freight tools. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Save even more at our parking lot sale going on now.
One sentence
But yes.
that says, this guy
So
appreciates wild
our win picks for today.
And his
Well,
second
Dom's starting
message,
spot
this guy would
is
like another
for his like work thing that he does at work, where everybody randomly picks a starting spot, random, out of a hat, and
Free Monday.
like whoever's like you pick a starting position before qualifying, and then whoever starts there, like whoever ends up finishing the best of those guys wins like the whole pot. So he has 11. And 11th starting spot is Christopher Bell, and he's doubling down. Dom is doubling down. That's actually his win pick. Is Christopher Bell. I have Tyler Reddick winning today. I just have a good feeling about it. And then old JD boy has Ryan Blaney. So yeah. Tyler Reddick is starting 9th. Ryan Blaney is starting 12th. So yeah.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the Shriners Children's 500 on FS1 from Phoenix Raceway. 37 drivers at the ready to tackle this 1 mile kind of an oval. As we get ready to race for you here on FS1. Hi, everybody. You've met Clint, Kevin. I'm Mike Joy.
We know.
Nobody has had the success on this racetrack as Kevin Harvick. A little smoke to blow in his direction here because he has just been awesome with 9 victories on this racetrack. And you've been racing all weekend, Kevin. The real season starts here. 3 wild card tracks to start the year. But if you're going to run for the championship, this is the weekend when you really need to start putting it together.
Well, you said it, Mike, and running for the championship is the first key to this race. So we have 2 different styles of tires that you have to learn. You have.
But who does everybody else have winning today?
This is the first race this season where the drivers feel and the teams feel like they have more control of everything that's going on with their situation. They don't have to worry about as many wrecks.
Also, daylight savings time did happen overnight, so it skipped an hour. So actually, today is like the 23-hour day. It's the shortest shortest day of the year.
Do some work.
That's exactly
But the weird thing about Arizona is that they don't do daylight savings. So yesterday, during the race, they were 2 hours behind us. But today, they're now 3 hours behind us. And that's also going to mean that the Suns games for the rest of the year are probably going to be starting at 10 instead of 9. I mean, some of them have been starting at 10 anyway, but, you know, it'll be 9 or be 10 more often now. There might be still be a few earlier starts, but
3 races in the books so far on 3 very different racetracks, as we've discussed. And let's take a look at the hots and nuts. There are the tires. The yellow sidewall tires are the primary tire, and the red the option. Christopher Bell, 2 wins in a row. Sure, he only led 1 lap at Atlanta, but he was strong at Coda. William Byron, 2 top 2 finishes this season, including his 500 win, and Tyler Reddick.
And the Suns are actually about to start their game against the Mavericks. They are playing today.
The Golfers who made the playoffs last year, including our champion, not a top 10 among them. Now that will change. Remember,
I'm actually going to pull that open on my iPad, the scoreboard.
Here in the fall.
I think he'll right that ship today. That car is very fast, Kevin.
Yeah, and I look at some of those guys that are struggling. You look at Keselowski. We've been talking about him. They've got to get something going. Daniel Suarez, as we see right there, they've got to right the ship. Let's just get a top 10. And in Ty Gibbs' case, hey, let's just get a top 15. Get this thing back on the track so that we can at least get our season moving in the right direction.
And for many of us fellas, it's just been a case of bad luck or wrong place, wrong time.
Well, a lot of those tracks are wild card tracks. 2 super speedways in a row backed up to a wild card of the unknowns, of strategy, and everything else that a Coda road course will throw at you. This really starts at the regular season, as I call it, on some regular racetracks. These guys feel comfortable. This is an important track. This is what settles the score at the end of the season for a championship. I'm looking ahead to today's race.
All right, we're ready to duel in the desert. Drivers are strapped in, window nets going up, and it's time for the command.
All right, let's get them engines fired.
Phoenix Raceway, give a big NASCAR welcome to Grayson. He comes to us from Shriners Children's Hospital as an international patient ambassador. But today, he is our Grand Marshal, ready to say the most famous words in motorsports. Take it away, Grayson.
I know I'm ready. I know you're ready. So I only have one thing to say. Drivers, start your engines!
Yeah. Engines are fired. Jaden does not have Kyle Busch winning today. Jaden has Ryan Blaney winning today. But in Jaden's true heart of hearts, Kyle Busch is going to win.
Weekend in Phoenix by far. NASCAR is ready to duel in the desert.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance.
I think Chester has a good chance of winning the race today.
The attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
We're done.
What about these?
Looks right.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Not feeling the grays but don't want a color? Try Just for Men Control GX Gray Reducing Shampoo. Just shampoo like you do to gradually reduce grays. Now boosted with keratin. Hair looks 2 times thicker to keep you looking your best. Control GX Shampoo.
The Bush Guide.
What's this link, Jaden?
To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks. Like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Hey, how is that? Oh, yeah, that is possible. Yeah, that makes sense.
On FS1. 6 straight weeks will be on FS1 for you. Nice crowd on hand. Under a cloudless sky and temps in the 70s. How about we dial up our pulse here, Kevin?
Let's do it. Hey, William Byron, Kevin, and the guys up in the Fox booth, man, there's a lot of things all over the place today. What are you focusing on? What are you thinking for today's race?
Yeah, it's honestly just an execution day, trying to get back in our rhythm here on a normal style oval, and a lot of notes we need to get out of today. So we need to have a smooth day to learn a lot about the racetrack and hopefully end up, parking in victory lane.
Well, we wish you luck today, man. Good luck.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Have fun up there.
All right, let's run down the starting lineup for the Shriners Children's 500. Byron has his second Phoenix pole. His Hendrick Chevrolet shares the front row with the Penske Ford of Joey Logano, who has won 2 of the last 5 Phoenix races. And, of course, those were both 2 champion deciders. Let's go to row number 2, Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, Carson Hocevar starting 3rd. Yeah, all the Spire. Yeah, cars starting in the top 8.
For Carson, and Josh Berry for the Wood Brothers has his best Phoenix start ever. Clint.
How about you, Carson Hocevar? It's more of the boys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Man, great start to the season for Spire Motorsports. You in particular, another good run.
I wonder if Spire wins a race this year.
Tell me about your outlook for today's race.
Yeah, man, we'll be able to start up front. Like, hopefully, keep those reds on the bars for when we need them. This Spider's Chevrolet is really good. It's the first time with me. First time with Spire Motorsports with them. They got over 100 employees here. It's awesome. This car looks great. All the men and women at Spire have done such a great job, not even just only on the 77, like you said, but to be able to put...
Fuel run is 97 to 107 laps, so in stage 1 you won't have to pit under green, but in the final 2 stages, stage 2 and stage 3, you definitely will, if it goes green.
This year, but hopefully have another good day today.
Man, it looks
Well, I mean, you would anyway, but you'd have to pit under green if it goes green.
All right, row 3 with his second top 5 start of 2025, Eric Jones and Chase Elliott. Row 4, we've got Michael McDowell with his best Phoenix start and Justin Haley with his best start since 2023.
Speaking of good starts, going right to Tyler Reddick, row 9, finished top 3 in 2 of the first 3 races this year at his outside. Denny Hamlin, his owner. Next row is Christopher Bell. Man, talk about hot. Won the last 2 races, and then we got Ryan Blaney.
Here's Regan Smith.
Well, Mike Clint's right. Talk about hot. Christopher Bell has been absolutely on fire as of late. Of course, the last 2 races winning. With those wins comes the opportunity today to win 3 in a row, something that does not happen very often. 2021, when Kyle Larson did it the last time. This racetrack for him, a very good one. He's got 6 top 10s in the last 8 races. He won the most recent spring race here last season in that same 20 car. Keep an eye on Christopher. They did tell me the car was just a little off initially in practice. They got that refined quick. They feel good about the opportunity for the 20 car to get another win.
Thanks, Regan. Starting lineup on the left side of your screen, and shotgun on the field, Catherine Legg becoming the first woman to start a Cup race since 2018. Jamie Little caught up with her before she hopped aboard her number 78.
And Catherine Legg is one of the most experienced women in all of motorsports today, trying something new. So what are your
pretty sure she's also done the 24-hour stuff.
For today as you make your debut?
You know what? I just want to have a solid race, finish all the laps, show the other drivers the respect that they deserve, and just learn as much as possible in the hope that I do a good, competent job. Like, I don't think I'm out there to take any risk today. I just want to finish and get the experience so that I get the opportunity to do more.
The luck to you today. Catherine Lake becomes just the 17th woman to start in a NASCAR Cup Series race.
Well, her single lap of qualifying yesterday was the fastest lap that she had turned all day. Let's take a closer look at today's tire choices with our crew chief, Larry McReynolds.
Well, Mike, drivers and teams, they have so much to deal with. It says 1 mile racetrack, 312 laps, 312 miles. And yeah, you guys have been talking about it throughout the pre-race. Hard, soft tires. So let's go to our Toyota cutaway car and let's take a look at what the major difference truly is. We're actually going to use 2 of our Toyota cars. Now, the white Toyota, it has the
Wait, Jay, this is weird. I don't even need to have Visual Studio Code open for this. Maybe it's because it was like something you already sent me, but
is the difference. It's not necessarily
I don't even have
straightaway speed.
Visual Studio Code open and the leaderboard's working.
Corner speed, where the driver is looking for the most grip. The harder yellow tire, when they're brand new, will be about 107 miles per hour. The softer red on the red Toyota will be about 150 miles per hour. That's 8 miles per hour faster. Think about it. That's twice a lap. That equates to 1/2 to 3/4 of a second per lap when they're new. Guys, we know the red tires are going to be faster, but the question, how will they be on the long run versus that harder yellow leather tire?
Well, and that is exactly what we need to learn. These things are going to be faster, up to 1/2 a second faster. That means you got to be able to move around, be maneuverable on the racetrack. And
the Suns game has started, and the Mavericks already took the fucking lead.
They wear out quicker. They go faster, and probably somewhere around 40 laps, Kevin, is what we saw yesterday. They start to wear out, and those times fall off. But it is a lot warmer today.
Yeah, and that warmer is going to make that crossover point pretty interesting, where the softer and the harder tires kind of cross over from a lap time standpoint. But we heard Kyle Larson say it in the pre-race, that softer tire, it fixed all my handling problems.
Each team will have 6 sets of primary tires sitting and 2 sets of the softer option tire. Stage length 60, 125, and 127. It's going to get up to 78 degrees here today. That's 10 degrees warmer than it was in yesterday's practice and qualifying. Well, Phoenix is a unique oval because of the dog leg. Back when they used to have an outfield road course, it re-entered at that point.
Yeah, and it's good for the chiropractor, too. Usually on Monday your back hurts, but it's definitely 50 feet shorter, and you have to use this on the restarts. You need to cut that dog leg and get yourself in a position to not only protect yourself, but maybe gain some spots.
What do today's drivers think about that?
I do not cut the dog leg most of the time.
You have to cut the dog leg because it is a little bit faster.
Restarts in the race, everyone's going to cut it?
At the end of the day, in the race, you're going to have to do it anyway.
I cut the dog leg if it's somebody I'm trying to pass.
Their team tells us not to. Damages the car. But I will do it.
An honest man.
Well, you can't worry about it, Mike. Nope. You have to be able to go down.
All right.
Yeah, it might break the floor. It might rip the rubber.
Pace car's off.
It might do some damage to the bottom
Here we
of the
go.
car,
That's an advantage.
Do you want the track position or not?
Yes, sir, I do. Be mindful, though, on this start. Cross that line before you elect to go down there and cut that track off on that dog leg we speak of. Everybody, sometime,
all right.
every year, somebody gets
green flag is in the air. We are racing from Phoenix.
The inside, he is on the gas, and we are under green in Phoenix.
Didn't take them long. Here they come. Fighting hard for this clean air track position. You'll see that Byron and Logano, that's going to be a battle.
Well, that's going to be one of the big battles, as we see a battle for the lead right here between Joey Logano and William Byron. So we see that top groove right there working well with the momentum for Logano off the corner. But these cars have such a big side draft, as both of those guys elect to stay up on the racetrack, that Byron's able to pull him back to him.
Half the field running the shortcut across the dog leg on lap 1. Still side by side for the lead. And finally, Byron establishes himself. Logano led lap 1. Byron will lead lap number 2 with Hocevar, Berry, and Jones.
Not only they cut that off, when they get down here in 1 and 2, look at the difference when they cut that off it makes. But they really use the apron early on these tires. See them cutting way down on the apron off the racetrack. You can only do that for a couple laps here. The goodie wears off the tires. And they get spread out.
William Byron, the only driver to lead every race this season.
There we see what is one of the cars that we think is going to be really good today, and that's the 9 of Chase
Damn,
Elliott.
Chase.
You see him take that shortcut, clip right against the wall.
That's as short as you can cut
That's
it.
as short as you can cut it. But you see, he can't get all the way back up on the racetrack to get that good angle into the corner, and it allows Tyler Reddick to drive right by him.
Well, we had an incident yesterday in the Xfinity race. Austin Hill was following close behind another competitor, and he actually hit the inside wall.
Look out. Who's going to lift? None of them. We're still 3 wide.
Wow.
Still 3 wide.
And on the back straightaway.
Oh, caution.
In trouble.
First caution of the day. Let's come
Caution
out.
is at lap number 4.
Who was that? There was a 2-minute, 2-second green flag run to start the race.
Here it is, caution on lap 4. Catherine Legg's car gets loose and goes around, coming off turn number 2.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something?
Nope. Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket.
Can I come? Only room for one.
How am I getting home? Sitting on my lap like last
So
time.
early
Ronald.
caution here at Phoenix.
But I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one
Catherine
of
Legg
these
brought out the caution.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's gonna all work out. Thanks, future me.
Spring forward this tax season with Straight Talk and get a free Moto G Power 5G with select plans, all with real unlimited data on America's most reliable 5G network. Because this tax season is free phone season. Straight Talk, available at Walmart.
The Barn Bar, the county's best hangout, just got better. Here's to living smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
Hey, Tyler, think I have what it takes to be part of a NASCAR pit crew?
You?
Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track.
You thought that add coolant meant driving with your sunglasses on.
It doesn't make it cooler.
What's a jack?
Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline once.
Okay. I shouldn't be in the pit crew. I meant driver.
Maybe just stick to what you're good at.
Beep, beep. Look out.
Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR.
Good for you.
Tom Hayes is passive progressive. Don't be like Tom. Switch to get good coverage and savings for yourself.
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of.
I think you might be right.
Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first of its kind.
Do I need to delete the old one, or is it
clean by removing up to 100% of deposits? Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
NASCAR fans, you earn the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com/fan rewards.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Beautiful day for a race. Temps in the high 70s, cloudless sky. Larry Mack getting some work done in the garage area pre-race. During this caution, Chase Briscoe and Alex
there we go.
on pit road. Catherine Legg also came in after that spin coming off turn number 2.
We'll see if that helps.
To bring us the first caution flag. Here's her description of what happened.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm so tight. I have so much wheel in it that it got loose on exit, but it's because I'm so tight.
Well, that's a natural characteristic that I'm sure they'll.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you might be right about that. It just
with all those cars side by side all over the racetrack, these cars have a natural tendency to just shove the front tires because of the air not being on the front of the car, and that's why you see so many of these cars move around to try to find a spot to get some air on the nose of that car.
You have to anticipate that. As soon as that thing catches like that, it will snap.
So today we'll be right along with Joey Logano, the Hunt Brothers Pizza Cam, on the defending NASCAR Cup champ. Denny Hamlin will be carrying our Toyota Cam today. Ryan Blaney, the Ford Performance Cam for last year's championship runner-up. And Chris Buescher will be making the Thomas's Bridge Cam rise.
Katie got teed up. What the fuck?
Like what you did there.
Getting ready for the restart. Larry Mack, what have you noticed about the top three in these first couple of laps?
Yeah, we know this track is very unique. The two ends are different. The straightaways are different. All three of the top three are shifting. But what I'm seeing with Byron, he stays in fourth gear much longer on most straightaways.
Alrighty, get ready to go back green. Alright, green flag.
As we complete lap 9.
There we go. Yep, you're right, Jaden. I think it's because you said something about like how I am the server now. Like I think it was you were the server with how it was before, but now since I opened Visual Studio Code, now I'm the server. I think it's something like that. Oh, around goes Stenhouse. Second caution of the day already.
You did get bumped. You did get bumped and you did get turned. And that's right. 3 or 4, maybe 5 wide back there.
And the 41 Cole Custer's around.
They're not going to act the same as they do on sticker tires.
So that was a 28-second green flag run there.
Yeah, and you're going to see a car on the apron just come up and get into the side of the 47. It's just when you get down there on that flat, that thing will start shoving the front, and then, like happened in the first incident.
It's pretty much all it is.
Oh wow, Katie with the backcourt violation. Come on.
There, gets in to Gilliland.
Yeah, they fucking hit a 3.
Gets into Stenhouse, spins back down across the racetrack, catches Custer in the right rear. Lucky they all got through that. Bowman even got clipped a little bit in that right rear. Keep an eye on that toe link.
Cautions breed cautions in Phoenix.
Motorsports isn't complicated. It's made up of races where you go as fast as you can, as best as you can, as sideways as you can, and whatever this is. Our team, Toyota Gazoo Racing. We make some seriously fast cars, like this one and this one, definitely this one. And they all have great drivers, ones that win, like win a lot. Look at all these legends. The hottest drivers right now are him, her, and this guy. They're all part of a big, happy family of speed demons. Now you're up to speed. You in?
You just can't beat a post-game burger at McDonald's, right? And you can't beat the Angel Reese special. All right, let's break it down. It's a quarter pounder with my
But yeah, I think you were right, Jaden.
American cheese, crispy bacon, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. Beat the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. What are you waiting for?
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Through the 15th on Fox and FS1.
Ready, set, go. Get a $3.99 per month lease on your new 25 Toyota Tacoma SR5 Double Cab. 39 months with $39.99.
But yeah, the lead changes thing is working, Jaden. Jaden added something to the leaderboard. You guys can't see it. It's mainly just to help me, but you guys wouldn't have been able to see it with the old raw feed anyway. It's like the lap leader breakdown, the lead changes, how many laps they led during each stint of leading. You put that off to the side. You guys can't see it, but it's mainly to help me.
For best picture of the year. They shoot something on live television. The story is that ours or theirs.
Ready, set, go. Save $4,000 off the MSRP on a new 25 Tundra SR Double Cab, or choose 2.99 for 72 financing at Burdick Toyota. Shop with SmartPath at BurdickToyota.com.
The Bar and Bar, the county's best hangout, just got better.
Here's the living smoothie with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
Shane Van Gisbergen's WeatherTech cam had this view of this caution.
Well, I was one car off. That's the 4 car into the 41 car into the 34 car into the 47 car. That's what happened. I missed the 4 car the first time.
Yeah, and you see Alex Bowman down there on the bottom. It looked like he ran over the
Hey, Suns just took the lead. Nice.
On board with Chase Briscoe, who pitted, and this is the...
Bowman was so close to getting wiped out right there. I mean, it was close.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those ice in the veins, cold-blooded moments right there from the driver to not overreact.
All right, I got one, guys. Ryan Prius went to the Reds, boys. Now we got a car.
Ryan Priest is on the soft tires.
So he's the only car on the option tire. He's one of
He's starting way in the back.
that pitted under this
Restarting way in the back, but we'll have to see how powerful that is.
With damage. And Riley Herbst was also in.
This should make that cape a little bit longer. It can fly a little better.
And it should also fit right into this
All right.
window now that we're coming
Going back green.
So Joey Logano, who's now led 5 laps, he'll restart on the inside of William Byron. Here we go.
Ooh, Kyle, what are you doing?
Up big time. You see Kyle Busch jump out of line.
Yeah, we saw Joey Logano wait till the very end of that restart zone right there, and that got Kyle Busch kind of caught in the accordion. Here we go.
Yeah, it is kind of odd.
Already.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Back to 4. Whoa, very tight quarters with Haley, it looks like, and Blaney. Haley backed out of the gas. Thought better of it. Oh, didn't like that.
Oh.
Boy, rush hour on the 101 or the 202 or I-10. You choose. 4 wide again. And again, it's Gregson on the inside making some time here with Zane Smith, that blue and white car in the middle.
Have to be careful running too long on that.
Restart is under review.
There's a lot of tire off you're going to need on the long run.
Well, you might get away with it for a couple laps, but you still have to do it because it's the easiest time to make up that track position. As you see, 3
Hi, Malachi. How are you? Did you get another bloody nose?
Position the easy way. 8 tires turn better than 4.
Did you have your period?
NASCAR is reviewing the restart.
Definitely saw them stacking up. I don't know if they sped up and slowed down, but that would be. Let's see here.
Fucking Malachi. Another bloody nose. I guessed it.
Everybody trying to anticipate it.
Oh, below the yellow line.
Oh.
Prior to start finish for Joey Logano is.
Logano is going to have to do a pass-through.
They're going to post him.
Logano passed through for going below the yellow line before the restart.
See that there. Right off the bat.
Before the start-finish line, that was. So the officials are talking with the crew chief right now.
The yellow line too soon.
All right, so you can't cross the yellow line before the start-finish line.
No way.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, he did. He did.
Man,
that's pretty
wow.
nitpicky there.
That is nitpicky. It really is nitpicky, but
It'll bite somebody.
I mean, the rules are the rules, I guess.
Logano, but that's
It's fucking dumb.
He wasn't blocking anybody. He wasn't. I don't know.
But then doesn't it look like Hocevar did the same thing also? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
But I mean, it's really, really close.
That's pretty nitpicky in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty dumb.
But it's also.
I don't think they're going to change the norm.
All right.
It's also the easiest call.
Logano's coming to do his pass-through penalty.
Below the yellow line right there. That's you got to call it if it's a black and white call like that.
It really is so clear. I mean, it is clearly he broke the rule, but it's just so like, come on.
The racetrack. Meanwhile, Ryan Priest on the option tire has gained 13 positions since the restart. Only car on the softer option tire right now as Byron leads.
So, Logano is likely going to lose a lap here.
Yeah, and Ryan Priest is making up positions as quick as possible, and this is worst case scenario for Joey Logano. With as long as this pit road is, he's got to get going and not go 2 laps down here as the leaders are starting to come off of turn 4, and he's headed into turn 1.
Go back to that 60 car. I like what you said there. Sparty picked up 17 positions on those soft tires. You think that thing's going to make a difference today?
I don't think he did lose a lap, did he?
It is. mean, you can see just barely he turned under it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a black and white call. So when you look at that yellow line and look at his car at the start finish line, you give a little bit right there, Clint, and it's just then it starts opening up.
Oh, Caleb Martin's playing for the Suns.
That's even.
Or no, sorry, I'm fucking stupid. Caleb Martin is not the guy on the Suns. It's Cody Martin. Caleb Martin plays for the Mavericks. Cody Martin still yet to make his Suns debut.
With me, and no part of that race car, no part whatsoever, can go below the yellow line until you completely cross the start-finish line. So that call was correct.
Okay, so Joey Logano trying to rebound.
So yeah, Logano did not lose a lap from that, but he is obviously way back.
A demonstration on how fast the option tire is from fire off. He restarted 33rd. He's up to 13th.
Well, you're really getting a good look at the difference in lap time. But that grip, that mechanical grip that comes with those soft tires, it allows you to maneuver the car, and having that advantage in the speed just allows you to do things that looks like you're Superman.
Well, I mean, just look at that. It looks like so much fun until the roles reverse and everybody else is on them and you're not.
Well, we got to go 60 laps. We saw 14 of them there taken away from the first part of that run. So these guys are looking to score some stage points right here. So now it's just going to be, when do they fall off? We think it's somewhere 40, 45, 50, right in that range. So that's going to be right at the very end of this run.
Well, meanwhile, there may be some steam coming from the number 22, and I don't mean the radio. Here is some audio. I don't mean the radiator.
I mean, geez, I mean, it had to be, if it was at all, it was freaking nothing. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Copy that. Stay in the game. It was right at the start-finish line. Literally right at it.
Ryan Preece up to 10th. So that option tire is fucking powerful. Because he restarted 33rd.
On the apron from the start.
Ryan Preece restarted 33rd and is up to 10th. In, I don't know, what, 16 laps? Something like that.
You're looking in the mirror, seeing what runs are coming. You're not necessarily looking at the windshield because there's nothing there.
And in his defense, it got
all right, so the first quarter is over in the Suns-Mavericks game in Dallas. Suns are leading 32-24.
Having to shift gears and just lost track a little bit right there of where he was.
But regardless, Nascar made the call, and Logano now 21.8 seconds off of the lead. But we're showing him still on the lead lap. Did not lose a lap with that long drive down pit road.
Look at them tires go.
You feel like Superman, don't you? You put that cape on, those new, softer option tires, and march your way through the field. Believe me, everybody on pit road is taking notice of what Ryan Preece is able to do here.
Well, you only get 2 sets of them, so they're all learning that they still are faster, just like they were yesterday, but you're going to have one for the end of this race. So everybody's going to put 1 set on here at some point, but I would think that, especially for a guy like Ryan Preece that's had a little bit of trouble at the end of some of these races, they were like, hey, we're in our window. If nobody's going to do it, let's take the points, get the track position in this first stage, and
that's true. That's smart.
A little bit of insurance.
And then the other side of thinking about down that line, Kevin, I heard you say that not having those at the end of the race gets you in trouble too. Just like you said, having trouble finishing these races.
Let's check with Jamie.
How about Tyler Reddick picking up right where he left off here at Phoenix last year, where he finished top 10 in both races. I talked to him this morning. He was doing some homework next to me, and he said, I think we're going to be the best along with the 12 car. He said, we unloaded, and our balance was awesome. He said, even putting the option tire on, we didn't have to change much. And so far, he just told the team, so far, no complaints. This car is good. He's up 7 spots.
So yeah, Logano's still in last right now, but he is not. He's still on the lead lap. Here comes Ryan Preece past Denny Hamlin. Yeah, man, that thing is flying.
This is fun to watch. It's going to be even more fun when a number of cars get on the option tire. William Byron leads at 30 laps.
Oh, come on. Full screen commercial? I thought we were done with that. I thought we moved on from that. What are we doing? You literally had 2 cautions in the first fucking 10 laps to fucking do your commercials. Give us side-by-side, you bitch.
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trilogy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia.
I think Austin
and
Dillon's going to
osteoporosis.
win this race.
Call your doctor if worsened breathing,
Last time we
chest pain,
ran the
mouth or tongue
fucking
swelling,
2
problems urinating,
tires,
vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Austin Dillon won, and I think Austin Dillon's going to wreck Logano and Hamlin on his path to winning.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD because
We are halfway through the first stage, by the way.
all day and night.
With Chevy Equinox EV, you can wake up every day with a full charge. Your crew can have a roomy, no-compromise interior. And starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV with over 315 miles of range. Equinox EV, a vehicle you know, value you'd expect, and a dealer right down the street. Go EV without a thing. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that is the reason.
I thought it's because I made varsity.
You did?
Of course
you did.
Of course you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Oh.
Welcome to more. Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go.
Hey, crew, we're going to have to fall out right here.
Or the sights you're going to see. Welcome to new places. Familiar faces and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole new season of NASCAR.
Welcome back to the Shriners Children's 500 on FS1. 36 laps complete. William Byron leading Tyler Reddick, Josh Berry, Carson Hocevar. And this battle back for 7th and 8th. Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Since 1925, the Goodyear blimp has been inspiring fans to keep looking up and keep driving forward. We're very proud to have the Goodyear blimp with us today, giving you these pictures.
We're also very proud that Goodyear has brought this option tire with them. This is obviously a big test for the championship race to see how soft they can get these tires for the end of the year and be safe. And Ryan Preece is going to put them to the test right now, Clint, on how far we can go. Larry, what do you think? Are you nervous about this whole softer tire and maybe running 45 laps here?
I am, and I know everybody in that garage area was this morning as well, Kevin, especially considering the temperatures are up. Yeah, Michael McDowell in the 71 car, they ran 44 laps yesterday. The wear looked good, but that is still a concern, is the wear on these tires. Yeah, Preece is still laying down lap times in the 28s. Most everybody else except for Byron and Reddick have drifted up into the 29s. But we've run now roughly 25 laps. He's still got to run over 20 laps. I think they're still concerned about wear. And honestly, with the temps being up, you want to make sure you don't blister a tire.
Regan?
Michael and Byron currently leading the race. 28 laps led today so far. Interestingly enough, I talked to his crew chief, Rudy Fugel, this morning. He told me, I'm not sure how we're going to be to start this race.
So here's the rule. At oval track events, once the green flag is displayed at the initial startup and all restarts, all vehicles must maintain their respective track position / lane established by the front row above the apron as determined by the inside painted line until they have crossed the start finish line. So that is the rule. I mean, Logano clearly broke the rule, but it's just so stupid. Like,
Byron brushed the wall here a lap or so ago.
Ryan Preece up to 4th.
Scrapes on the right side, Mike.
He's the only guy on that red option tire right now. Restarted 33rd, so he's made up 29 spots.
At this racetrack, and you get these leads at the beginning of the race. Sometimes I felt like as we got towards the end of the race, there were weekends where I felt like we didn't keep up with our car like the rest of the field was, and you didn't. The biggest thing you didn't get was that experience in traffic. And if you got in traffic to know what the tendencies of your car were, because you're going to get buried in this field most likely at some point by somebody who's on reds or something different. So you're going to have to deal with traffic, and there'd be a lot of times you'd be running this fast and then you'd catch the back of the pack, and that momentum would stop because your car wasn't very good in traffic. So this will be interesting to see when we see what Byron does to catch the back of the pack.
All right, now here's Josh Berry for the Wood Brothers, an unfamiliar blue. Right behind him comes Ryan Preece, Larry.
Yeah, going back to Ryan Preece right now, who has moved up to 4th, and we still have, 18 laps to go. He is in constant communication with his crew chief, Derek Finley, and Derek is in communication with him. They're just trying to get him to maintain a pace right now, not overwork those tires.
2880s to the leaders, 29th lap. About a 2/10 fall off for Preece after 30 laps on the softer option tire.
Yeah, and I think that in order to maximize what you're going to do for the penalty that you're going to take, I think you want to push him as hard as you can push him unless there's something I'm missing, because you're going to want to capitalize as many points as possible, because you're not going to get them.
It looks like Preece might have stalled out there at 4th. Just kind of now riding around. But, I mean, damn, that tire is crazy. I hope during the second stage, if a lot more guys put it on, that they actually consistently show on the leaderboard red and the reds for the guys who are on it. Because I'm assuming some guys, at least a few, will take it and start the second stage.
The test pilot for his whole RFK team, they're going to share the data on what Preece learns, and they're racing for stage points. Remember last week where Preece stayed out in stage 2, won the stage, and notched his second career stage win 1 week ago.
I want to give props to Josh Berry right there in the Wood Brothers car. Just got passed, obviously, but we know the reason why on those tires. Holding a pretty wheel out there. This is a good run for him. Big turnaround. New to that car, new to that seat, doing a good job.
And these are the days that you have to capitalize on for Josh Berry and that 21 team. Now you're racing in the front. Now it puts the pressure on your pit crew. It puts the pressure on the driver to get up and down pit road without a penalty. All those little things to capitalize on a day of running up front like they are now. And we've seen Josh lead laps and run up front at a couple of the races this year. So that 21 car is a good sign for them to be able to do this on a flat track like Phoenix, so what we would call a more normal style racetrack.
Denny Hamlin currently in 8th. He started in 7th.
And you see him, you heard Larry talking about Byron leaving it, shifting to 5th gear. You saw Denny right there, not downshift or anything. Really good one through that lap. But he left his in 4th gear, and that was always my preferred strategy down the back straightaway, was to downshift into one like this right here, and then down the back straightaway, just let it hit the chip at the end of that back straightaway instead of wasting time on 2 shifts.
Now Ryan Preece up to 3rd. What are they telling him?
About 3.5 seconds to the next position, 15 laps to go. Probably just settling to save those tires.
Yeah, Preece is still faster, up to 3rd.
That's exactly what we were.
It's 4.5 seconds off the lead. I highly doubt he'll make it to the lead by the time this stage ends. Because, I mean, the tires, I feel like at this point the tire is starting to fall off a little bit, but
Laps to go in stage 1 at Phoenix.
we go side by side. There we go.
From imagination to the track to your driveway. You in?
Your new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now safely go wherever the wind takes us.
That's right.
It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know?
No, man. Oh, didn't think this through, did you?
No. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited.
Okay.
It's not okay.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza. For
Yeah, this option tire definitely is going to save the race.
Pizza, Papa John's.
Because everybody on the normal tires is just pretty boring.
Toyota Gazoo Racing. We got
But
fast
Preece
cars
is
and even faster
moving his way up.
They're all part of a big, happy family of speed demons. Now you're up to speed. You in?
It's the fastest, most unpredictable speedway on Earth.
Iron made this place. Mined, smelted, forged. And every spring, we gather round and celebrate. Iron sharpening.
I mean, the difference that tire makes is crazy.
But in order to take it all home, you need nerves of steel. The big one is back. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
The UFL is history in motion, built one story at a time. It's the gunslingers, the burners, and the cold-blooded. It's a dynasty that went back to back to back. This is the UFL. The stories continue.
7 laps to go in stage number 1. William Byron has been out front for 48 of the 53 laps. Joey Logano has led 5, starting the race from the outside of the front row. Christopher Bell restarted 9th. He is up to 4th, just 6 seconds behind the leader, and what a start to this season he has had with back-to-back wins. Atlanta, Circuit of the Americas. First since Kevin Harvick in 2018 to win 2 of the first 3 races of the season, and trying to match that 3 in a row that Harvick scored in 2018. With his success in Phoenix, Christopher Bell is today's Guaranteed Fit, sponsored by eBay. He's looking good. Spring winner here a year ago, top 10 in 6 of the last 8 Phoenix starts.
Well, and this is really where you make your money right here in Phoenix. You're able to have your car hang on in the beginning of the run, but as you get towards the second half of that run, it's a lot easier to pass cars. And we've seen Christopher Bell be good on the long run at so many places that we go to, and today it doesn't look any different, Clint.
I think if anybody's going to contend with William Byron, now that Logano is out of the picture for now, can he get up through him? We're going to see. But if anybody can give a run for Byron up there leading this race, it's him, Christopher Bell.
Well, here's what we talked about earlier. When you catch the back of the field, how much does your car slow down? Because that's always a lot different than when you have all that clean air.
I'm glad you said that, and I'll tell you, 29-12, your leader Byron, 29 flat. Bell right there the last time by.
You see our track map at the top, and Joey Logano, after serving his penalty, back on track and up to 30th place.
So Logano's in 30th after serving that penalty. Still on the lead lap.
And looks like
Only 3 cars off the lead lap. Ty Dillon and Cody Ware are a lap down, and then Catherine Legg is 2 laps down.
On the side of that car. Scott and his family have been such huge supporters of this sport for so long. So I'm on pit road today. Here's supporting Joey again.
2 to go in the stage. Pit road has closed. William Byron has led more today than Hendrick Motorsports has led this year entering Phoenix.
Well, like we talked at the beginning of the show, Mike, this is really where you're going to start seeing who's got the best cars for the majority of the racetracks that we're going to. And now William Byron, as you see him right behind Ty Gibbs, who's had a tough start to the season, but he's going to fight for his life.
So final lap of the stage.
Stay on the lead lap here.
Tyler Reddick, I'm not counting him out either. He's laying some really good lap times down, especially there at the end of this stage.
Final lap of the stage. There's Reddick in second, 1 second back. Crease, another 1.5 seconds back. Will pile up 8 stage points for 3rd here.
All right, so William Byron is going to come around and win the stage.
Have the stage over and get some new fresh feel goods on.
And William Byron wins stage 1 at Phoenix.
Phoenix stage win. The most he's won at any racetrack. Reddick, Priest, Bell, and Blaney the top 5. Berry, Hocevar, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, the top 10. Byron.
So that was about a 22.5-minute green flag run there to start for the final run of the stage 2 or stage 1. I'm going to go outside and smoke. I'll be back for the start of stage 2.
The bragging rights, the bravado, because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Dayquil Vapo Cool?
It's Dayquil, plus a brush of Vicks Vapors.
DayQuil Vapor Cool, the vaporizing, daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, power through your day medicine.
Not feeling the grays but don't want a color? Try Just for Men Control GX Gray Reducing Shampoo. Just shampoo like you do to gradually reduce grays. Now boosted with keratin. Hair looks 2 times thicker to keep you looking your best. Control GX Shampoo.
Gaga and Mariah receive iHeart's top honors. The iHeart Radio Music Awards, live Monday, March 17th on Fox.
Dynasty Hammock Underwear, the intersection of comfort, style, and support. With an ultra-soft luxury fabric, endless designs, and a built-in supportive pouch, these boxer briefs are the pinnacle of men's luxury underwear. And with over 55,000 5-star reviews, it seems that a lot of folks agree. Like this guy who said, "These are the underwear I've been waiting for all my life." The wait is finally over. Dynasty Hammock Underwear. Love your first pair or they're 100% free.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. In unpredictable conditions, pack layers, both for your body and your beer. Head for the mountains.
Who will rise up in the world's most famous arena and take the conference crown? The Big East Tournament live from Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins Thursday on FS1, Friday and Saturday on Fox. Pits will open soon. Here's Jamie Little.
Well, Mike, Phoenix Raceway has been a great track for Chris Buescher. So we thought, what the heck? Let's introduce you to his pit crew. They've been getting the job done. They're a nice mix of brains and athleticism.
Jacob Ball, front changer, 2-time All-Ivy League receiver for Brown University.
Travis Edis, rear tire changer. I'm the youngest tire changer on pit road.
Jaquan Bailey, tire care. I have an identical twin.
Nicholas Patterson, Jackman, owner of Bald Eagle Tree Solutions.
Bailey Walker, Gasman, 19th season and 2017 Cup Series champion.
Led by Scott Graves, they are ready to go to work.
I feel like that's maybe how they explain our booth sometimes.
How it's that?
Well, a mix of brains and athleticism. No?
Larry, help me. What are we going to see here?
Well, I just think there's some drivers that's made no hay. When I look at Ty Gibbs back there, still in 34th. When I look at Michael McDowell, 26, John Hunter Nemechek in 31st. I think this is a time to do what Ryan Preece and Derek Finley did. I think we'll see some teams take on a set of those soft red letter tires here.
All right, the 99, 71, and 54 have the option tire up on the wall, ready to go on from those we can.
And I like that. I like that because if you're going to have a crappy day, you might as well get some stage points and minimize some of the damage.
Green lights on, they're coming. That's Ty Gibbs or Ty Dillon going around to get the free pass. As they head for pit road, Jamie.
Now the Reddick comes down. His car was pretty good, but started to get a little bit tight center. They got those primary tires going back on air pressure adjustment. The 17, the guys we just introduced you to, going over the wall for Chris Buescher. Got a little bit tight for him, but may have some great position. And the 60, Ryan Preece up 30 positions on those option tires. They told him, great job. He said, it actually wasn't terrible, Regan.
The 24 William Byron leading the race very good so far, but told the team, I am loose right now. I need an adjustment for that. It stayed the same the whole run, but he needs some drive off, and also made mention of an issue potentially with the steering. He said that I went through the dog leg and something hasn't felt the same since then.
Byron will lead them off pit road, and the pit timing line has been moved here at Phoenix, further away from the #1 pit stall to lessen that advantage. Great stop by Hamlin's bunch and Chase Elliott at 9. Hey, and Buescher's group love being introduced. They picked up 3 spots on pit road. William Byron, your stage 1 winner.
With Chevy Equinox EV, you can wake up every day with a full charge. Your crew can have a roomy, no-compromise interior. And starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV with over 315 miles of range. Equinox EV, a vehicle you know, value you'd expect, and a dealer right down the street. Go EV without changing a thing. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because we love...
coffee lover?
Huh?
Impossible.
Well, Coffee Mate loves all the ways you enjoy your coffee lover. I flew to Thailand for this. We have flavors from all over the world.
Why is coffee so much? I lost 2 fingers!
Wow.
We need our little coffee treats, even if it means we'll never afford a house.
What I'm trying to say is... Okay, maybe we're the second biggest coffee lovers.
It's game time and Shot Clock is running down on Subway's $6.99 foot-long deal. Fresh sliced deli meat, fresh crispy veggies. Too much good stuff. Order now in the Subway app. Use code 699FLNOW. Deal's only here until March 13th.
And coming in, this is the best of the best.
I just want to touch somebody with my story.
This is where legends are made.
I'm back. Getting ready for the start of stage 2. I ordered McDonald's while I was out there. Did anybody else go on the option tire? I saw pit stops, but I didn't really know who was going on what. And Bob didn't say anything about who went on the option. A few guys did. Yeah, I had it open on my phone. I saw pit stops, but I don't really think they told us who put on what.
The new season kicks off March 28th on Fox. Well, let's see what kind of fun the boys have found wandering about.
Well, we are actually at what they call the perch, which
Ross
is
Chastain is being sent to the rear. He was speeding on pit road.
We're actually working. We're live here. So I'm sorry, you're a young fan here. What's your name and who you're rooting for?
My name is Julian Solis, and my favorite racer is Byron 24.
Oh, good pick, because he was on the pole.
He did way better than the guy in Atlanta who did not answer your minors.
We didn't know where we were, but tell me what you're keeping an eye on so far from this great spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, Joey Logano, he had that penalty early on. If you're going to have a penalty, have it early so you can recover from it. It's going to be interesting to see now that they've reset Chris. Is he able to drive him through the field and get back up to the lead where he was?
Yeah, it's a great view, and thanks again. We were going to go on a Rattlesnake Hill. Too many lawyers.
I was okay with that.
Yeah, a lot of attorneys up there got in our way. All right, enjoy the race.
You know, it's really named Monument Hill, but when Buddy Job owned this racetrack, he named it Rattlesnake Hill on the track map so people wouldn't go up there. I mean, snakes, you know?
Wow.
Then they cleared them all out and they terraced it, and now it's a fan area. It's all good.
There's the brains of the booth that you were talking about.
Yeah, well, the brains...
That leaves you out, so I don't know what you've left yourself.
I don't either.
Because I've seen you play basketball or any other sport. Golf, for that matter.
Oh, no, I smoked you at golf. Let's not get carried away.
You blew the course up, literally.
All right, so this is lap 69, and William Byron will be Mr. 69.
Good call, Derek. Good driver. I know we passed cars. I don't want to kiss, though.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah, starting to fall off there at the end. Yeah, it was manageable. It wasn't terrible. Lacking a little bit of rate side bite. Felt like it was manageable. Yeah.
I think it's fair right here. That's what that cape extended with those softer tires. I want to hear that conversation after these next set on air. It's not going to be near as pleasant, but he got the track position that he needed, and that car will drive better because of it.
Now, Ross Chastain was penalized for too fast entering on the way down pit road to his pit, so he came back in to serve his penalty and put on the option tires.
Oh, wow. Ross Chastain put on the option tires.
The way that corner is and where the pit stalls are, it's really easy
after that penalty, because he got a penalty. But
shows you how important the track position was when you went.
Honestly, I didn't. That's kind of dumb of me. After all of these years of watching NASCAR, one thing I've never been 100% sure on is if you can pit during a pass-through penalty. Like, can you do that? Like, I mean, he just did, so I guess that answers my question. But that's one thing I've never entirely been too clear on.
To your point with Chastain there, they didn't want to use them. Obviously, they put them on, but because of the penalty forced their hand, didn't have a choice.
And the highest one of those in the running order is Austin Cindric in 14th. He's on the option, so is Justin Haley. Cole Custer is on the red sidewalled option tires. Riley Herbst, John Hunter Nemechek.
So William Byron got Mr. 69.
Shane Van Gisbergen, Daniel Suarez,
and William Byron's been leading since he hasn't lost the lead since Logano had to take that penalty.
A couple of these guys are going to drive through the field and get themselves, just like Priest did, up into the.
Logano's up to 25th.
Is to try to grab some stage points and a little bit of track position.
All right, going back green.
On the front row, ready to restart.
Adjustments have been made. Let's see how these cars react to this.
Byron's led 65 of the 70 laps so far.
Green flag.
A little bit of four wide, but pretty orderly this time.
Look out!
Yeah, there's a lot of options there for the drivers to be able to move around, but you got to get situated up off the corners. We see
Gillen way out
back. Yeah, up the racetrack, and SVG gets stacked up on those red tires and not be able to make some time. But now those red tires are going to go right around the outside of it.
Austin Cindric plus 6 spots in 1 lap on the option tire.
And you got to make up for it.
Austin Cindric
the track position that you don't have.
is up 6 spots.
You want to be as aggressive as possible while you're on these restarts.
All right, so yeah, just they don't have it all highlighted in red, but they have it says OPT for the guys who are on the option tires on the FS1 broadcast.
Christopher Bell.
Unfortunately, we don't have any of that on here, but I wouldn't really be able to expect Jaden to figure that out. So, and I don't think they had that on the raw feed for Richmond last year either. So,
I said it earlier in that last run. I'm impressed with Bell's speed. Can anybody contend with Byron and all of this clean air and the speed that he has in his car? We know that car's fast. It was on the pole from yesterday.
And I think the second half of these tire runs is really when Christopher Bell is going to shine. Now he's got that track position. Won't lose as much time to Bell. Reddick, I felt like he was better in the long run. This car, Ryan Blaney. So I feel like those are the best 4 cars currently. But Austin Cindric is running 6 right now, and he's going to be on.
I think Cindric's going to end up taking the lead. Yeah. I guess they don't have the option, the label for the option at all times on the Fox broadcast, but the FS1 broadcast.
Rolls on, watching from
they'll show it periodically.
Yeah, and I don't like that, Clint. I don't like that being all the way down on that flat. I'd rather see the right side of those tires from Austin Cindric's car on that yellow line. I think when you're on the flat, it allows the car to slide more, and you abuse the tires worse than trying to really hug that line with the right side tires if you're going to use the apron.
Cindric up to 5th. You see Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez on the option tire. Hop up into the top 20 here.
You see how he's down below that yellow line, Clint. You've driven here enough. You know that yellow line was kind of a trough there that almost locks that right rear tire and the right front tire in. That'll hook you right around that corner. If you're not on that, it just uses all 4 tires sliding.
Yeah, battle at the back, 3 wide. That's Cole Custard. It says up over the door. It really does. That's how they painted it this week on the 41. And they're 4 wide behind him.
Well, that all started with Brad sliding up into Jones, I think, a little bit. Then here the rest of them come underneath of him.
Brad's kind of defenseless right there.
So it's halftime in Dallas for the Suns-Mavericks game. Suns are up 58-54.
This is what these tires, these softer option tires are doing for us. It's creating a lot of racing environment within the field.
Book has 18 points. Bradley Beal has 16. Bull has 9. KD has 18. Nick Richards has 10. Mason Plumlee has 14. So does Grayson Allen. Royce O'Neal has 12. Tyus Jones has 8. And then everybody else hasn't played. Ryan Dunn hasn't played in a bit. Honestly, sucks for him because I really do like Ryan Dunn, but he's been struggling recently.
Christopher Bell, Reddick, Cedric on the move in fourth, closing on third.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms after taking a medication like Humira or Remicade? Put them in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily
Another
pill.
full-screen commercial?
When symptoms try to take
Really?
control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares tried to slow me down, I got lasting remission with Rinvoq. Check. And many were in remission, even at nearly 2 years.
And Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, lasting remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability
Oh, wait.
to fight infections.
The stats I just read you guys were incorrect. KD has 11, Bull has 6, Nick Richards has 8, Bradley Beal has 9, D-Book has 6, Mason Plumlee has 8, Grayson Allen has 10, and Tyus Jones has 2, Royce O'Neal has 0, and everybody else hasn't
Don't
played.
take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Did you know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
You just can't beat a post-game burger at McDonald's, right? And you can't beat the Angel Reese special. All right, let's break it down. It's a quarter pounder with my favorite barbecue sauce, American cheese, crispy bacon, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. What are you waiting for?
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep.
Jaden,
your
are you
business
playing
moving
video games
full
right
speed
now?
ahead.
Imagine a scrapbook filled with all your favorite memories of 75 years at Darlington Raceway. Now imagine that scrapbook going 190 miles per hour. You don't have to imagine it. You need to get to Darlington, where the drivers of today tackle the track too tough to tame, just like they did.
You're watching commercials?
NASCAR Throwback
Me
Weekend
too.
at Darlington Raceway. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
In 3 weeks, get ready for a new kind of madness. It's the college basketball crown. 16 teams
All
from
right,
the
my
top
food's here.
conferences face off
I'm gonna go
in
get it in a
an
minute
all-new
after they
postseason
leave.
Tournament. Tip-off is March 31st on Fox and FS1. Here in Phoenix, Austin Cindric continues his march to the front on the option tire as he passes Christopher Bell for second place.
Easy. I mean, it's as simple as that.
He's going to be the leader here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, he's a half second. He's going to close in really fast on William Byron. Now, you know, the key to the equation here is that if this doesn't go and have a caution and it goes green, you want to drive away as far as possible in case you're not the best car, so that you can get as far ahead of William Byron or whoever is in second place at that particular point. So you want to put as much distance as possible and make this pass as fast as you can.
Larry, we talked about how the option tire works and what the different scenarios are, but why did Goodyear choose to bring
What's up, Daniel Barry?
different compounds of tires?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my
We
food.
did it twice last year. We did it in North Wilkesboro, the All-Star race, a half-mile track with
Hopefully no caution comes out there
later
while
in
I'm
the
gone.
year, Richmond, a 3/4-mile racetrack that's very wore out. The surface here is somewhere in between, but this is the most high-speed track we have tried this at. The ultimate goal is to see if overall a softer tire combination will work at this 1-mile racetrack, because the history shows last year, everywhere we showed up with a softer tire, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, the racing was better.
Here's Austin Cindric on the option tire, racing William Byron for the lead. And And these will be Cindric's first career laps led at Phoenix. Jamie.
And this has been a tough place for Austin Cindric, but I talked to Brian Wilson, his crew chief, and he said they feel like they took a step in the right direction here in the fall, so they built on that. And so far, the handling of this car is good. Now, Brian also told me that if they couldn't drive into the top 10 by the end of stage 1, they would put these option tires on. Well, he wasn't able to make up much ground at all, so he restarted 14th. They put those options on here. He's gone to the front, new leader.
Well, it's not just Cindric. Justin Haley's jumped up into 4th spot, and the cars on the option tires that pitted and started at the back for stage 2, they're coming to the front.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Haley, Suarez, Chastain. But I want to point out, look at Reese. He's still up there. They drove, he started 28th, put those tires on, got him the points that they were looking for, but it also got him established up front in the cleaner air, and the car's going to handle better. You can, you know, he's obviously holding the court right there. So I think he's, that was a good move by them, and it's put him in a lot better predicament than he had before. Time will tell if it burns him later.
There's no way of getting around that. The closer you get to the front, the better your car is going to handle.
Oh, got trouble. Somebody locked up there and then went way up high. I think it was Michael McDowell.
And got in a
Here
wall,
he is
too.
in turn 4, and yellow is out.
Stay low on exit, caution's out. Just watch for any debris.
He hit pretty hard, guys. I don't know, did it blow up? Looks like the right rear light fly.
I think
Oh, yeah, it is. Right rear.
Yeah, and we talked about him.
Caution's out.
We talked about not necessarily him, but we talked about those tires blistering or having too much heat blowing out. So
Michael McDowell.
We've seen it before.
Every time I fucking leave
Dumps all that
under green, and I'm like, yeah, there's not gonna be a caution. There is.
He's right there.
There always is.
Goes down, it takes the weight off the front, and it won't stop. That's where he
Then it
locks
ends
the
up
brakes up.
sucking.
So he took all the weight. When that right rear goes down, with these things being as rigid as they are, it takes the weight off the left front.
So it's actually 60 to 54, not 58 to 54.
Minimal amount of damage for as bad as that could have been.
4th caution flag of the day in Phoenix. This one for the hometown favorite.
So it was about a, what was it?
Welcome to more.
Had a great year, man.
Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go.
Big crew, we're going to fall out right here.
Or the sights you're going to see.
So it's almost
Welcome
about a 9.5 minute green flag run.
Familiar faces and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole season of NASCAR.
I only missed the yellow by like 20 seconds. Not bad. I might just wait a few seconds after the restart to start the timer again.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up the delicious Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you can settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, cause the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Pit stops are happening. Austin Cindric is taking off those option tires.
Adjustment, the 2 of Austin Cindric. He went to those softer sidewall tires. They take them off. They put the primaries back on. Reagan.
I wonder if he could put those reds back on though.
Most of the cars around him, he likes that.
Those used reds. I mean, I don't know how much longer they would last, but or how powerful they'd be. But maybe for like a. You good, Chester? Like a restart in the final 10 laps or so.
Saw Joey Logano among those putting on the softer option tire to run the distance here in stage number 2. That's Christopher Bell first off pit road ahead of William Byron.
Hey Tyler, think I have what it takes to be part of NASCAR pit crew?
You?
Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track.
You thought that add coolant meant driving with your sunglasses on.
That doesn't make it cooler. What's a jack? Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline once.
Okay. I shouldn't be in the pit crew. I meant driver. Maybe
So
just
that caution came out for Michael McDowell. It was a right rear flat tire.
Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see all the pyramids?
Fortunate for him after he started in the top 10.
Helen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for
Started
one.
7th.
How am I getting home?
Sit down my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine, but I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's going to all work out. Thanks, future me.
Come on. What are you doing? Trying to watch the game, but my screen's busted.
You should go to T-Mobile. You could trade in a broken phone, and they'll give you a brand new iPhone 16 Pro on them.
Where did you get guns? It was under my seat. When's this thing over?
At T-Mobile, new and existing customers get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us when you trade in your busted old phone. Plus, families can switch and save 20% versus the other big guys' best plans, plus streaming.
It's over.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Tough pit sequence for Legacy Motor Club. Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek both speeding on pit road after leaving their pit stall. McDowell still on pit road, now with the hood up. Some further damage there after that cut tire and spin.
Yeah, you see those plates on the front tires. What they're doing is checking the toe from the front of the tire to the back of the tire to make sure that that tire's set to the appropriate toe setting they want.
They weren't the only ones that had trouble on pit road. Josh Berry, I think they left a lug nut
You'll
loose there. He had to
be
stop
at my show.
So he'll be starting to
Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights out, carry me home.
Late call, last minute call by Paul Wolf. Pulled back the yellow sidewall tires and put on the reds. And let's see how far Logano can advance from 24th position right now.
He's a very aggressive driver on restarts, one of the best restarters in the business, so I would say a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think for him, he needs to get there as soon as possible because if this thing goes green, I don't know that those tires can go the whole distance. And it seems like, at least the primary tire guys have the option of being able to run the whole distance on fuel at the rest of the stage.
With this softer tire, I'm seeing a lot more rubber on the racetrack, marbles at the top of the track. Those are the things that we haven't seen in a long time. Watching those cars go around there, you can see it on the outside. Reddick earlier got up in the marbles per se and had to clean them up.
And we saw it yesterday. That rubber was caked up on those brush panels behind those front tires.
Cody Ware got the free pass, and they also put the option tire on his number 51.
Yeah, just remember the fuel window is about 92 to 98 laps. With that stop there, you can make it to the end of stage 2, but that's asking twice the distance that anybody has run on those red option tires on the 22.
Got some Kyle Busch audio to listen to here.
I think I heard the guys that took reds. Like, yeah, I'd help them get you some track position right now, but they didn't get to use the goodie out of them. You know what I mean?
So Christopher Bell is in the lead. Took the lead under this caution.
He's right, but they're going to need that track position later, and he's going to be the benefactor. Have those softer tires later. That's going to come full circle. They needed that to go green, and it didn't. They're going to wish they had those now.
All right, Kyle Busch will restart 11th. 35 cars on the lead lap. Bell and Byron, a Toyota and a Chevy, with Cindric and a Ford behind them on the outside of Daniel Suarez.
All right, back green.
Back to green.
Right back to 4 wide. Christopher Bell got a great launch right there. We've seen the 24 car William Byron be a little bit better.
Oh, trouble!
Big wreck.
Oh, man! Oh, shit! That's a huge crash. Someone got airborne a little bit.
Bell will lead them back to caution here at lap 99. Fellas, I don't think that was an if. I think that was a when. All of that, everybody funnels down there into the middle of turns 1 and 2, And you just can't get off that corner 5-1.
Hocevar up against the wall hard.
Oh man, Hocevar was involved.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens, you get off that corner from the flat up onto the racetrack, and that front end will take off, as we saw earlier, and hit the guy on the outside of you.
So that was about a 30-second green flag run there.
Haley, Riley Herbst involved.
Big one at Phoenix, yeah.
Safety crew.
They're gonna probably stop the race here, I'd imagine.
A bunch of torn up race cars. Looks like all but 3 got away.
Yeah, a lot of times on this back straightaway here, it's just so narrow. Once they start wrecking and the smoke starts building up, it's just hard to be able to tell where to go.
Much like the first one, it starts right in here. You see him, the funnel starts here as they start the progression of moving up into Haley, into Briscoe. And I think that was Hocevar on the outside. Just runs out of room.
Herbst into Haley seemed to be the first point of contact.
No, I think it was Gibbs is who it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the 54 comes up and they all get squeezed right. Oh,
you're right.
Oh yeah, Briscoe got airborne there.
The car launched up in the air.
19 jumped over the right.
Damn, Hocevar also got a little airborne. He took a hard hit.
That car's hurt bad.
Yeah, and I don't think that the 54 really did anything wrong right there. They just squeezed together, but it looked like the 19.
Jesus Christ.
Well, nobody lifted. Nobody was willing to lift.
Those wheels grabbed.
Boy, they're going to watch Van Gisberg in here.
Yeah, so watch this 7 and 19 right here. The 7 is going to be all the way up against the...
Boom!
Happens fast.
And now from Chase Briscoe.
Hasn't been a very good start to the season for Briscoe.
Let's watch Shane here. At least 7 cars involved in this pileup.
Yeah, big crash.
Carson Hocevar climbing out. And all 3 Spire cars have been in an incident today after all qualifying up front in the top 8. A 7-car pileup as they funnel together on turn number 2, puts us back under yellow.
So Suns back from the halftime in Dallas against the Mavericks. 67-56 right now.
You just can't beat a post-game burger at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
You can't beat the
Don't fucking judge me.
All right, let's break it down. It's
I'm a fucking disgusting pig, I know.
American cheese, crispy bacon, pickles, and onions.
Bradley Beal is Mr. 69.
Special at McDonald's. What are you waiting for?
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
This sport isn't for the weak. These drivers are great. The NASCAR Cup Series from Las Vegas on FS1.
Scout is protected by Simparica Trio, and he's in it to win it. Simparica Trio is the first chew with triple protection. Oh, please. It kicks. Intestinal worms. Well, heartworm disease. No problem with Simparica Trio. This drug class has been associated with neurologic adverse reactions, including seizures. Used with caution in dogs with a history of these disorders. For winning protection, go with Simparica Trio.
This is a story about the one. The untrained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals aren't easy. She manages. She perfects. She is extraordinary. Because for the one, maintaining this space transports her
All right, Chester.
to this space. The
Chester.
great product you need plus one more. Call, clickgranger.com, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Oops, sorry.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
It would have definitely tipped Kyle over the edge if he would have, roughed him up too bad. I think that, he was still in a position there where he probably could have been a little more aggressive, but I think that we talk about it with Carson Hocevar last week. You're earning the respect of your competitors. Sometimes you have to use those situations to try to earn that respect. And I think Christopher, listening to his Victory Lap interview, really wanted to earn that respect from Kyle. Hey, I do want to race you correctly. I do want to do things the proper way to get this win.
Join Kevin and the crew every Tuesday and Thursday. Is this the best podcast in NASCAR? Tune in and see. It's Kevin Harvick's Happy Hour, presented by Echo Park Automotive. And let's show you that finish last week that Kevin was talking about. Racing each other with respect. Great finish.
It was a great finish. And see some contact right there, but those guys raced each other really hard, really clean. Bell in the end had a little bit of a tire advantage and was able to clear Kyle Busch and drive away for the win. But it wasn't just Busch.
So painful last week.
With as hard as those two guys were racing, William Byron got himself back into it, but ultimately Christopher Bell was the winner.
And look which two drivers we're talking about today. Exact same two.
Christopher Bell coming off 2 straight wins, trying to tie what Kevin Harvick did in 2018 and Bill Elliott accomplished in 1992. 3 in a row. Well, look at them 4 wide there. As they get together, and the wall is right there. And this ends up, we had 7 cars involved, but the more we look, the more we count of cars that had damage in this one. Add Keselowski and Custer to the list. Brigson goes around.
Yeah.
It's like Dillon sneaks through. Boy, a lot of damage here.
Yeah, it's just that's a tough spot with everybody racing on the apron, and like we talk about that funnel, but it is so narrow. So you see the right front tire there on
Here's
Chase
Briscoe getting
car.
towed back.
As much hype as around Briscoe, they've not had the finishes to go with it, Clint.
All right, we'll step aside as cleanup continues here at Phoenix.
Yeah, 11 cars were ultimately somewhat involved.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something? Nope. Helen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm gonna go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one.
How am I getting home?
Sitting on my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine, but I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's gonna all work out. Thanks, future me.
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that is the reason.
I thought it's because I made varsity.
You did?
Of course
you did.
Of course you did.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
I'm looking for somebody to be all in on this life.
I'm DTF. Down farm.
I'm definitely gonna kiss her.
That did not kiss me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Farmer Wants a Wife. Season premiere Thursday, March 20th on Fox.
You got over on the fall line.
We're to what the World Diamond Center.
And I'm gonna do it with you. The cop goes next.
3 seconds to green light. 2, 1.
Let's go! You feeling it? Yeah, I'm feeling it. Gonna be crazy. Everyone is raving about September 5.
There's a hostile situation right now in the Olympic Village.
Get the crew in. We report from the inside. It's masterful and heart-pounding.
Our job is to tell the story of these individuals.
Their sports carrying way over your head. This movie succeeds on every level. This is now nominated for Best Picture of the Year.
If they shoot someone on live television, whose story is that? Ours or theirs?
Next week, NASCAR rolls into Las Vegas with all 3 national series on track starting Friday with a Craftsman Truck Series under the lights at 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Still cleaning up from the lap 99 crash. Now, Justin Haley was coming in the top 10, headed for the top 5 when he got caught up. Listen to Haley and then his crew chief, Rodney Childers, after this happened.
And I tried to check up for kids, but it wasn't we're done. Did he not just come across my nose?
Oh, I got it. Sorry about that. Y'all do a good job all weekend. I had a good car.
Kevin, these are some really hard hits.
Yeah, and that's usually the way that those hits are there off of turn 2. You know, we saw the 54 car come up the track, and then you heard Justin say right there, I tried to check up. He knew that there were 2 cars on the outside of him. Not sure if the 54 knew there were 3 on the outside of him, but they all just squeezed into a tighter spot than would fit 4 cars.
So your leader is Christopher Bell behind the Chevy Corvette safety car. Let's check with Regan.
Like Christopher Bell, fast on the racetrack all year long, two wins in a row. But you can't get 2 wins in a row without a fast pick through Darrell Edwards. Jack the Sensation, like when you have a good stop like that and your driver's out first.
I mean, it feels really good. Like, that's all the preparation work that you do in the off season. And when you see it all come together at the right time, man, it just feels so good. And with this group, like you said, we've been together for 4 years now. We just try not to be superheroes, man, honestly. We just try to give Bell the best shot and send him out there and leave it in his hands.
Mike Darrell's having a good day. Also, High Point University, where he played basketball, qualified for the NCAA tournament for the first time ever earlier today.
Darrell Edwards out of Baltimore, Maryland. He's competed as a jackman at NASCAR's highest level for the past 5 seasons.
Saw those guys checking into the hotel yesterday. They're dudes, all of them. It's amazing the job they're doing on pit road these days.
Jamie?
Well, we're at the Infield Care Center waiting on drivers to get checked and released. Riley Herbst, the first one. That was a big one here at this 1 mile oval. What did you see there, Riley?
Yeah, I don't know. It all happened in front of me. Just kind of biding my time, learning, continue to work and build. And they were wrecking off turn 2, and I tried to avoid it to go low and just got caught up, I think, at the very last second. So frustrating for sure, but get to go home next weekend, and hopefully we have a good run. So look forward for all the support, and yeah, thank you.
First Cup start at Phoenix ends early.
Home to Las Vegas for Herbst and several drivers next week. Seven cars off track. Here's A.J. Allmendinger on the lead lap, 24th spot. That is the Celsius energy drink onboard camera for the Dinger. Been up as high as 16th so far. Larry, how about Joey Logano started on the front row, came to the pits under penalty, and then on a subsequent caution decided, let's go for the option.
Nobody loves to ride around under caution except Joey Logano and Paul Roof right now at 50 miles per hour. Because when we went back racing before that caution, there was 87 laps to go. They're the only car out there on the red soft option tires right now. That's too many laps. Every lap they can run under caution, that subtracts laps run under green.
Well,
right now, we've got about 75 laps to go. I
wouldn't
think
say
if we could get that number to maybe 60 laps, running to the end of stage 2 might be doable for those drivers.
Tracks some of the wear.
Well, either way, they're definitely in a box. Now that we've had some cautions, we know everybody's going to make it on fuel. We thought they could before, but now there's zero question about that. So they're hoping for some. They're hoping that they can run far enough to get to the lead and then have the caution fall out.
They need more cautions right after this restart.
Yeah, that too. One or the other, right, Larry?
You got it. Logano will restart 17th. Well, he's 17th now. We'll see how things line up after the choose.
Just check.
Yeah, it looks to me like the back straightaway still needs to be cleaned up some. Yep.
They should have stopped the race.
Off the tire, we wanted to liven this place up, and I think it has accomplished that, to say the least. It's shaken the starting lineup up, and they're enabling them to make moves that we haven't seen here in the past. And I like it. I'm a fan of it.
Well, right off the
tires better.
Right off the bat from practice yesterday.
When you're doing it with me, doing it with me.
H-O-T-G-O-G-O-G. They were going to have a good car and knew exactly what their strategy needed to be. And I think we've seen the same thing today. We've seen strategy all over the place. We've seen wrecks and 4 or 5 wide that we normally see, but it seems like you've got more cars being passed and coming and going because of the fact that we have these 2 different tires. Jamie?
Well, Carson Hocevar was all smiles yesterday when you qualified third. Obviously a good car there, Carson, but what you see that ended your day?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Our car was fast. I felt like our minor Chevrolet was pretty good, and we just got behind on a pit stop and just playing the tire game. And shouldn't have been back there is really what the result of it was, unfortunately. We had good track position, just the way that cycle worked out is, we're just back there in the mess. So unfortunate, but our Spire cars are fast, and I'm sure they'll be fast again.
Bell and Byron up.
All right, here we go. Going back green.
Once again, Suarez and Cindric.
Green flag.
Hamlin, here we go.
And Bell really got a shot from behind from Suarez there. Put him way out front.
Yeah, and you got to be careful about that. We talked about this before, but you don't want to hit him so hard that it knocks the splitter loose from the front of the nose, because that'll make your problems of being tight even worse.
Chastain way down to the apron on the inside. Look at Logano wide, and Logano's coming on those red tires.
Got squeezed a little bit there by Josh Berry. That was very close.
One outside, Berry. Bottom lane is clear. Bottom is clear. One outside. Top's covered.
There you see that those reds just give you so many more options to be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah, Logano's working his way right back up to the front.
While these cars are as bunched up as possible, if he has to run this thing way far, like Larry was talking, he's going to need to get the track position ASAP.
And Chase Elliott alongside of Ty Gibbs there. Reddick and Cindric side by side. That's for 4th place.
There you see Reddick way loose up underneath. Austin Cindric right there gathers the car up and loses a spot, or lets Kyle Larson get right up beside him. Hadn't said his name much today, Clint.
No, you haven't. Here he comes into the top 5. Kyle Larson. All the way started 17th
and restarted 8th.
Austin Dillon and Michael McDowell have met minimum speed.
What's tightening up here, guys? This battle for the lead. Byron has chosen this outside line, moving around, got Bell in the mirror.
Yeah,
didn't work that time, got too high.
Yeah, well, he got a little bit high right there, but they pushed that groove up the racetrack. And we talked about William Byron earlier. He's been better at the beginning of these runs than Christopher Bell. So if Bell can hold him off, we look for him to be better the second half of the run like he has been the rest of the race.
Justin Haley checked and released to the care center.
Yeah, that wasn't a good corner as we turned to Byron for him in 1 and 2, but I think that gap will shrink back up. He'll run him down. Probably have to clean his tires up here.
Yeah, and for the drivers in turns 1 and 2, you have to be able to chase that groove. You can't just go in there and run behind the car in front of you all day. You've got to be able to run the middle. You've got to be able to run the top and be able to diamond that corner. Jamie?
Yeah, you guys mentioned Kyle Larson. He told you at the start of the show that he's just confused here what exactly it is that he needs. Well, the one thing he does know in the race so far, he hasn't had enough to lean on laterally, just lacking that lateral grip. They've been adjusting on it with some air pressure adjustments. Overall, though, he said the handling is decent.
Well, now he's going to watch Joey Logano just drive on by on those softer tires.
Well, all right, what's lateral grip? You hear us talk about that a lot on a flat track. Those rear tires just won't keep up with the front tires when the car must pull out from underneath them. Laterally, rear end's loose.
Yeah, and this is a racetrack where we used to play a lot of games with the brake pads, and you'd actually, split the brake pads from left to right to be able to drive that car in the corner as hard as you can, and almost make the front end push, and then you'd work on the adjustment of the car to loosen that car back up to the center of the corner. But you'd split the hardness of the brake pads and make it so that one side was softer than the other. But we used to get super aggressive with the brake pad split here. Richmond, some of those places, especially in this next gen car. And I hear a lot of these guys talk about loose end, and I just wonder if they're don't need to be more aggressive on that split.
So as Joey Logano moves to 5th, Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain for 10th have been trading paint, it looks like here.
So yeah, Logano, Cody Ware also has the option tire on.
Just a little bit. It happened, especially on the exit of turn 2.
Well, in the middle of the corner, Chastain was keeping Hamlin way down on the racetrack.
Chastain?
Yes, not Chastain.
He's a hard one to pass.
Yeah.
You know that. When you approach that one car, you got your work cut out for you. No problem with that.
Now here comes Blaney after Chastain for 11th.
And another one that we expect to be able to move towards the front as the longer this run goes on. Ryan Blaney is pretty notorious for being able to run his car freer through the middle of the corner, not use as much steering wheel, and that allows him to be really good on the second half of these runs when everybody else starts getting tighter through the center of the corner with the front end.
Still side by side there for 11th. And Joey Logano's picked up another spot. He's passed Daniel Suarez for 3rd.
Well, this long run with Logano on those reds, the softer tire choice of the day, will really give us pretty much an exact indication of where the crossover point is going to be on those softer tires, evening out with the primary tires from today.
But watching these cars, everybody elected to have to, right? Not really elected, they just had to force their hand to track position, trying to overcome track position like Logano. 2 cars that haven't had to worry about that is Bell and Byron. They have the ability to keep those tires off of them till the time's right. They're the ones that are in the catbird seat. Everybody else is burning away. They're going to have 2 sets later.
Well, Reddick and Larson, I mean, they're
still in that group.
They're still in that group too, but most everybody around those guys, like you're saying, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Byron, Reddick and Larson, those are the guys in the top 12 that haven't burned those reds up. So this is going to be a different game once those guys put those tires on.
Chase Briscoe checked and released at the infield care center. Here's your Xfinity fastest lap so far. William Byron and Joey Logano separated by about a tenth. Byron's lap 130.38 miles per hour. The driver at the end of the race with the fastest lap gets a championship.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though, right? The track position game is real here. Byron, Bell, they have it. Logano had it, made a mistake.
Yeah, it's wild. Even with Byron, like, he hasn't bet on the option tire yet, but even with that, he still has the fastest lap.
You know, everybody's probably wondering, well, how are the guys that have the faster tires don't have the fastest lap? That's because they haven't had the track position when they have those new tires. That fastest lap will change once these guys up front that have had the track position get the opportunity to put those soft tires on.
And credit to Logano, once he had to serve
Don't see why track position would matter if you're wide open. Very clean air. You know, a lot of these guys are.
Kept digging, finished that stage on the lead lap, which put them in position to do what they're doing right now. Hamlin Blaney, this
Chase Briscoe's out of the care center.
Just ahead of them.
And that's what you want to see right there. You see the 11 way up the racetrack, and you see Ryan Blaney able to, you know, stay tucked right on that white line or yellow line right there. And that's where you want to be. You see Kyle Busch down on the apron going up the track, and you're in the middle of the racetrack being able to cut through the center of the corner and back below that apron. That gives you the best option to put the throttle down when you don't have to follow that car in front of you. Same thing that Denny Hamlin just did right there. He was able to hug that yellow line and get that cut right underneath that 8 car. A lot of options when you get down to turns 1 and 2 right there.
And for the lead, here comes Logano on the option tire underneath Christopher Bell.
Well, that's what we expected. You know, we expected Joey Logano to drive to the lead. Now, the part that is the unknown that Larry's been talking about is how long will these tires last before they either fade to the point where the primary tires become faster, or do they just fall off to even, or do they blow out again like Michael McDowell's?
69 of 125 complete in stage 2. We had a big pileup at lap 99. Started with 4 cars abreast, and it ended up with 8 cars headed for the garage.
And Doug.
You'll be back.
Emus can't
Why are you
help
doing
people
another
customize
full
and save
screen?
hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. You're just a
I thought they had fixed this.
bird.
No, he's a dreamer, Frank.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. That bird really did it.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Huge news. You can get a son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
The 19-year-old girl was kidnapped. She's my family.
Just get my back if I ever need it.
All of this is for a girl. I'm not stopping until I bring her home. From the director of The Beekeeper, gangs, the mob, corrupt government officials, they're all involved in human trafficking. Jason Statham. Time to get to work. A working man, rated R. You a cop? You wish I was a cop. Only in theaters, March 28th.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
NyQuil Vapor Cool?
It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
NyQuil Vapor Cool, the vaporizing nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Not feeling the grays but don't want a color? Try Just for Men Control GX Gray Reducing Shampoo. Just shampoo like you do to gradually reduce grays. Now boosted with keratin. Hair looks 2 times thicker to keep you looking your best. Control GX Shampoo.
Every home track is the start of something special. Learn more about NASCAR regional tracks near you at NASCAR.com/regional.
They said we have a restart violation, Paul. What'd they say our restart violation for? For what? They said we went below the yellow line too soon. No way! I mean, geez, I mean, it had to been. If it was at all, it was freaking nothing. That's ridiculous.
Well, after serving that penalty, Joey Logano and Paul Wolf came up with an alternate strategy to everybody else where they switched to the softer optional tire and then marched through the field from lap 60 on to where they are now the race leader. And we're running laps half a second faster than the field. But now that Logano has opened up a 1.5 second lead on Christopher Bell, he has backed off to about the same pace as the rest of the top 5.
Mike, that's exactly what Paul Wolf told Joey to do. When he was still running second, they made him aware that he had to run roughly a little over 70 laps on these tires. The most we'd seen was Priest that ran 40 laps early in the race. They said, get the lead, build a buffer, and let's just maintain, because they cannot afford to make a green flag stop. I still don't like the box they're in, being down a set of the red options, but I think this is their only option, no pun intended, to go with.
Okay. Regan, how about Ross Chastain?
Like another car that's in that box that doesn't have the second set of red options. Ross Chastain, 20 laps on these tires that they took off a little while ago. Take a look at this. I just want to show you. This is the right front tire that came off of Ross's. You see these dots right here. These are the wear dots. They are still there. They're not completely worn down, but they have been worn down some. This tire is the worst of all the tires in terms of that right now. The 1 car and the 99 car both have these reds laying on pit road still. They will reuse these later on in the race if they have to, so maybe down 20 laps worth of reds, but not the entire reds.
Well, Larry, would you rather have 20 lap reds or brand new sticker prime yellow tire?
I know it was a completely different situation, but at North Wilkesboro last May, once the reds cooled down, they would fire back off and do pretty good. So that could be a good option to have, considering they're down a set.
So they're not out of tools. 5 cautions so far. That's more than the whole race here last fall.
Well, and to that point, Mike, I think that this tire...
What's up, Eric? How you doing?
More things happening for sure, and it's definitely added way more elements to this race than what we had last fall.
All right, here's Jamie.
for Chase Briscoe. And Chase, your day ends early. How do you describe that big one that ended the day?
Yeah, that was about the biggest you could crash in Phoenix. Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah, just on that restart, we're all kind of 3-4 wide, and I just climbed over the 7s right front. So, yeah, unfortunate, we were able to go to the tail and drove back up to like 12th, 13th, and felt really good about our Master Race Shop Toyota. And yeah, I got myself in a bad spot. And, I was probably trying to fade a little more left, just showing that the 77 was on my right here, and yeah, I climbed over the 7s right front. So, yeah, unfortunate, but tried to learn from it, not do that again, and go on to Vegas.
So Briscoe out of it, and remember, he got his 100 points back after winning the appeal on that spoiler violation.
You good had to run out and miss the first 10 minutes and call my dad, but you're here till the finish? Hell yeah.
Reddick was running the outside, running down. Cindric pulled up and kind of blocked him, took his line away, slowed the momentum up, but these guys are getting after it. I like what I see here.
Logano with the option tires to the lead.
Have done a great job of being
He's
able
just pulling
to
away.
hold on to that track position that they gained with those softer tires, and I think that's part of the hope that you have. You know that hope is probably going to be overruled as the other guys put the softer tires on, but for right now they're doing a good job in keeping pace.
41 laps to go in stage 2. Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, the best seat in the house since 1925. Happy 100th to the Goodyear blimp, and glad to have you with us here today in Phoenix.
Got you riding that blimp coming up. Where are you going to wait? They come over and told you. Where are you going in it?
Well, I'm going to fly up in the air, Clint.
Boy, that's solid. That's really good intel from you.
I'm going to fly.
You're going to take the blimp up in the air.
I'm going to fly in the air.
Knocking it out of the park.
Around
You going to Darlington? You good
Darlington County.
Darlington County.
Let's help you. You
Florence.
forgot where you're going.
We're going to Florence. I had to think about it for a second.
Not the Speedway, the airport.
That's right. We're going to go to the Florence airport and fly into Goodyear blimp.
I'll give you another indication. Joey Logano is maintaining pace. He's using a lot less brake right now than Christopher Bell and William Byron at both ends of the racetrack.
Yeah, and when you're in that tire savings mode, you lift a little bit sooner so that you can use less brake. That'll build less heat in the tires, slow that pace down, take a little bit of that lateral grip away or knee away so that you don't use the tire up as much. So he's in conservation mode. He's got a 2.5 second lead. But Christopher Bell is still running about a 1/10 and a half, 2/10 faster than the guys in third place of William Byron and Daniel Suarez in fourth.
Not telling you, Cindric's
Wasn't able to pay attention to KB Pit. Did he lose position and come back? He's been on.
All right, let me try you on the bottom. You know Reddick.
I honestly really don't know either.
He took that channel away from him.
Honestly, I haven't been paying too much attention to Kyle this race.
The reason that he's doing that is to take
He's been kind of hanging around at 11th.
Tyler Reddick's car. So when he sees Reddick making ground up top, he's like, all right, buddy, I'm going to move up the racetrack and take your line away because I know your car is not faster on the bottom than mine.
So frustrating. But even if it was, Tyler Reddick, when he's approaching you, you look in the mirror, 45's in your mirror, he's going to the outside.
Yeah.
That's where he wants to be.
Blaney in 7th place, about 13 seconds back of race leader Joey Logano.
Dude, my boss ended up telling me, he told me this week that last week he put both, I mean obviously I'm always off Sunday, but he told me that he put Nick off of the schedule on Sunday, like low-key hoping that we would make plans to hang out with each other. And then we did. And then we ended up being able to watch the race together. My boss is fucking awesome.
Eyes forward, 35 to go, 3-5.
You know what, Jaden? Think about what you did. Oh shit, I forgot that I deleted all of your messages. But yeah, think about what you did. Yeah, that was last week, yeah. Nick doesn't work today either, but he must be doing something because he hasn't answered his phone. I told him to come over for the race, but he must be busy. Jaden, shut your bitch ass up. I didn't answer the question because it wasn't a question worth answering, you fool. Twerp.
Teammates battling for fifth.
Fucking twit.
Blaney with Suarez in the mix in fourth.
Yeah, and you see Reddick has fallen behind this group, and that goes to show you that when Cindric took his line away, it cost Reddick another spot to Ryan Blaney. Now Ryan Blaney's on the outside of his teammate. Cleared him. And I still believe as this run goes on, I think this car will continue to move.
What's wrong with the question? Oh.
Right rear flat.
Michael McDowell has another right rear flat.
Motorsport started out with such a promising day. All three cars qualified.
He's slow on the track, and he has to make it all the way back around a pit road. That's probably going to be a caution.
He's going to have to come all the way around.
Yeah, that's going to end up being a caution.
If he's going to, he needs to get it down off the racetrack here. But if that carcass comes off, we may have a caution here.
Yeah,
got it to the bottom now.
He's got it to the bottom. I don't know.
But still has half.
Jaden, what's wrong with that question? What's wrong with that question is that you're a twerp. That's what's wrong.
Joey Logano would love this caution, wouldn't he, Larry?
I don't know if he.
I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, no, they're going to stay green.
A little late for that. I'm going to debate that right now. Right? Who need to go on the stage?
I don't think they want it.
Why do you think he
I just think he slowed his pace down. These tires have a shot at making it in the stage 2. I just think he's not even near 100% right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. We were looking for the crossover gap and the fall off, and you can't really tell on that because you know he's pulled the reins back. He's just riding along here, biding his time. No brakes. You talked about the temperature of the tires. Joey Logano with the experience behind him as a champion.
Yeah, so McDowell has made it to pit road.
All right, so Michael McDowell makes pit road. We stay green. And we'll take a break and plan for the end of stage 2 in Phoenix. Joey Logano leading Christopher Bell.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
I'm reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only weight management medicine proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events such as death, heart attack, or stroke in adults with known heart disease and obesity.
Don't use Wegovy with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines or in children under 12. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these.
Why are we doing so many full-screen green flag commercials? Like, come
Serious
on.
side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms.
Seriously thought we moved past that.
Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Call your prescriber about vision changes, if you feel your heart racing while at rest, or if you have mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, flu or upset, headache, feeling tired,
Whatever, I
dizzy
lost
or
6
bloated,
pounds on a
gas,
day
and
last
heartburn.
week with
Some
diarrhea.
side effects lead to dehydration.
Jesus.
May cause kidney problems.
Fuck Wegovy.
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
Did you
I'm
try
lowering my
Wegovy?
CV risk.
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy.
Come on. What are you doing? Trying to watch the game, but my screen's busted. You should go to T-Mobile. You could trade in a broken phone, and they'll give you a brand new iPhone 16 Pro on them. Where did you get guns?
It was under my seat.
When's this thing over?
At T-Mobile, new and existing customers get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us when you trade in your busted old phone. Plus, families can switch and save 20% versus the other big guys' best plans, plus streaming.
It's over.
We fought the power. Powers that be. Come rule the world with me. This time I face victory.
22 laps to go in stage 2, and Joey Logano keeps picking them up, putting them down. He just lapped John Hunter Nemechek, the 22nd place car. Eric Jones ahead, so 21 cars on the lead lap. Logano on the option tire. He and Cody Ware, who was 1 lap down. The only cars so affixed. Most everybody else still has 2 sets of those red sidewall tires. And Larry, if we run this out to the end of stage 2, does that make it an easy choice for these teams to use those 2 sets to get all the way through stage 3?
Well, we're going to go back racing with roughly 120 laps to go left in the race when we get into stage 3. So that means you would have to run 60 laps apiece. Joey Logano in the 22, they're giving us a measuring stick right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming
this may be doable. A lot of guys,
not everyone, but a lot of people are probably going to pit for the option tires on this upcoming stage end.
Running third right now, they got a bigger playbook to work with. They have a win.
Do you have an opinion of the races that will be on Prime? At first I was dreading it. I was like, man, I really hope they don't do Prime. And then when they did, I was like, fuck. But I did some testing during the NFL on Prime streams, and it actually isn't on that much of a delay, and they always do a great job with them. And then also, like, the practice sessions have been on Prime, and they've done a pretty great job with them, so I don't really think it'll be much of an issue. I just think it'll suck having to use a streaming service to watch NASCAR, but I'm going to Pocono, which is one of the Prime races, so that's one less race that I'll actually have to deal with it.
53 laps of green flag racing in this run so far, the longest green run of the day.
Yeah, there's still 19 laps to go in this stage, so Christopher Bell is running down Logano. Logano seems to be stuck behind the 21st place car there of Eric Jones, trying to put him a lap down.
Right, that's a battle for 20th.
You don't normally have Prime, yeah. I mean, it's like everybody complains about having to buy a streaming service, but like, just shut up. Like, you know that if you're a NASCAR fan and you really truly care, you're gonna spend the, what is it, $8, $10 to buy Prime. Like, you're gonna fucking do it. Like,
Green say he wins this stage here. Talking about Joey Logano, I think they're in big trouble. These cars.
People do it for football, you know.
Bell and Byron that started up front with him, by the way, at the beginning of the race before the mistake, the call, the penalty on the restart. He is going to be at a massive deficit at the end of this.
Joey Logano is going to be at a deficit for sure, but I think when you look at Bell and Byron, they have been the dominant cars. Bell in the long run, Byron can hang with him on the short run. But when we put these
Suns are still leading. They're winning this game so far, 113 to 102 against the Mavericks in Dallas. Got just under 6 minutes left in the game, so it looks like they have a good shot at winning it. It's a an 11-point game, but
he's the one that's going to be in trouble.
You know, Suns always find a way to disappoint me.
Going at it for 16 to go in the stage.
You'll have to have it for 2 months. Yeah, that is a thing. They kind of like fucked you in a way, where they have the races on it for 2 separate months. That way you have to buy it for 2 months. But like at the same time, you're gonna do it. Like anybody who's a true NASCAR fan, you're gonna shell out the whatever $20 for those 2 months. Like
good old-fashioned slide job here. You're riding along with Denny Hamlin.
You might bitch and complain about it. All right, whatever. But you're still gonna do it.
3 hard and set up in front of him, enabled him to cross him back over because he couldn't get the exit he was looking for. Finally got past him.
Fellas, we got a lucky dog battle behind Joey Logano. Look, there's 3 cars, and it may end up being 4, all racing to be the first car 1 lap down the next time the caution.
That penalty might have been really good for Logano, actually, because I don't know if he would have put on the option tire yet. He still has 1 set left of it.
They told Joey Logano, take advantage while he's boxed.
So he'll end up getting, more than likely will end up getting the stage points and the playoff point.
Well, the tire conservation piece of this, I really enjoyed. We've seen this at a couple of the racetracks.
You think it's worse for him? I don't know.
Where we've had the softer tire, Bristol, where we had the tire wear out for an unknown reason, and now hearing them coach Joey Logano through, hey, save tires, and listening to Larry talk about him backing off and using less brake. Those are all things to conserve those tires. Those are things that you learn when you race it all the short.
I mean, yeah, but he still has one set of the option tires
That's
left.
what we've longed for. We've all been asking for it. We know the difference that it makes in the racing environment. Yes, you want them to take off and have the speed, but you need to be able to manage that. It puts it in the driver's hands. When that fall off is alive, that's when the racing is its best, in my opinion.
You want the tire to not be able to be run hard every lap.
Can't be a qualifying lap.
It can't be a qualifying lap every lap, and they've done a great job.
He already had a fast car. He would have slowly gained it back, yeah, but how much would he have really gained it back? Plus the fact that everybody else is going to be on the option tire in the final stage. And, you know, plus he's getting stage points and a playoff point for this. Overall, I think this will be a net benefit for him.
And he's had kind of a quiet day here, Jamie, currently 15.
Yeah, he really has. I've been listening to him on the radio. Hasn't said much recently, but the last time he did radio in, he said...
I mean, it sucked that he had to be in that situation in the first place, though, I guess.
Lateral grip, and we heard that from his teammate, Kyle Larson, earlier. These two have very similar setups for this racetrack. But Chase also noted, he told you guys in pre-race that those red option tires are going
Bell
to...
is faster right now.
Not put those on yet. They're saving both sets.
Shit, he's
for
catching.
as long as they can, and we'll see if that helps tonight.
That race last weekend, to your point, Mike, I mean, that is a race that could have been for that 9 car. We'll never know. Speaking of racing that could have been, can these softer tires hold on? Because Bell's coming, he's right on it, Kevin.
Yeah, he's got to hold him off for 9 more laps. And as fast as Christopher Bell is moving in, it makes me think that Logano has kind of lost his way with those soft tires.
Well, you knew it was coming.
Staying higher, now pivoting, 3/4 behind. Headlight down with momentum, apron, half apron.
And Bell is
Here comes Bell.
And you notice he
Yeah, actually, you might be right, Jaden.
The hardest part about this racetrack for spotters, he couldn't tell. Those cars are going away from the spotters down that straightaway, getting into one. Very difficult for a spotter to tell exactly where he's at. That's why he just...
Yeah, it looks like those option tires are starting to,
that car as it's going away from him.
you know,
So just like you say, it's
wear a lot.
spot.
Yep, so Bell to the lead.
You see Bell make the pass for the lead.
Still looks like Logano will get the 9 stage points, though.
Off there, Larry.
Yeah, we're closing in there just on 70 laps, which is a lot longer than anybody has run these things all weekend long.
Fellas, that Lucky Dog battle will not quit. The same 3 cars are still involved. Back on this lead duo. Now, we're looking at Larson in 9th, Berry in 10th, and there's that battle. Ty Gibbs to the inside, Eric Jones battling his teammate John Hunter Nemechek and Gibbs. And this has been some of the best racing on the track over the last 10 laps. And it's meaningful because at the end of the stage or the next caution, one of these cars is going to get to come around and be back on the lead lap.
Yeah, there's only 20 cars that are on the lead lap. There's only 19 cars on the lead lap currently. So this is important to be able to keep yourself on that lead lap. And it's always the race within the race. And this is one of those scenarios that we talk about.
Meanwhile, Buescher and Larson, that's for 12th place. Buescher and Busch, excuse me. Larson's up at 9th ahead of Berry.
Yeah, we're seeing some speed out of Chris Buescher as we get towards the end of this run. And that doesn't surprise me. Chris Buescher is, I mean, he's just one
Chris
of those
Buescher is being sponsored by fucking English muffins.
Races, good on a long run, takes care of his car. He can road race, he can short track race. He does. He's one of the most underrated guys in this series, in my opinion.
Agreed. Now, of the top 10, I believe Logano and Cindric have been on the option tire, and I don't believe anybody else in the top 10 has. Suarez, excuse me, and we'll double check that. But that's 3 of the top 10 who have been on the option tire or are on it now. 3 to go. And there's Cindric currently in 7th. Big gap ahead to Tyler Reddick. Short one behind to Denny Hamlin. There's Hamlin looking ahead at Cindric.
Well, Cindric's done a nice job keeping his track position after he got it. Putting those softer tires on. You see Denny Hamlin way up the racetrack. I used to like running up there as the run would go on and just allowed you to make that horse bigger.
Here, look at the momentum down the straightaway. That's what it allows you. You get that run.
The
get
Nook
that
and
thing
Crannies
rotating,
muffin.
Make that straightaway as long as possible. Go right to the bumper, Cindric.
We're on 2 to go for stage 2.
Nook and crannies.
Well, you see some of these cars that are fading right now on the primary tire. When we put these softer tires on and you get to these end of these runs and you see more of these cars on that softer tire, we're really going to get to see
Final lap of the stage.
And who's got their car set up and can take care of their tires for the long run.
Well, I like what you're saying there, and it takes me right back to the players that we were talking about in pre-race. Bell, Byron, Blaney, those three.
All right.
On these primary.
So Christopher Bell is going to come around
show the best speed
and win the second stage. Christopher Bell wins stage 2 at Phoenix.
Bell 3 seconds ahead of Joey Logano against the green and white checkered flag, and here are the teammates battling. Jones outside, Nemechek inside. One of them is going to get back on the lead lap. It's Nemechek. So Bell, Logano, Byron, Blaney, Reddick.
So about a 55.5-minute green flag run there. I am going to go outside and smoke. It looks like the Suns also might win this game. 122 to 108, under 3 minutes left. I will be back for the start of the second stage.
And our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
For the final stage, sorry.
Huge news. You can get a Son of for just $3. Wait, I said son of. Look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. Hey, watch it. It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke for the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best the man can get is Gillette Labs.
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes. There it is. I'll show you the ropes.
All the parts you need, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
What kind of game is this?
The survivalists realize they have no control.
Competition goes between family members. We just suffer by their decisions.
Prepare for the shocking twist
Tired of watching good people do bad things.
that will completely change the game.
Oh my God.
Extracted, all new Monday on Fox.
Looks like someone's had some work done. And she said she never would. Hey, I thought we were friends.
Well, hi there.
Well. Look who's on my side.
Install your new siding from C. Michael Exteriors now and pay later with 0 payments and 0 interest until 2026. Buy now to make sure you lock in 2025's lowest price.
It looks like it's time for us to get our C. Michael Exteriors facelift.
There's a lot of reasons why the Honda CR-V is one of the most popular SUVs on the road. The CR-V is fun to drive, and it's a great deal. It's got a ton of award-winning features and loads of space inside. But most of all, it's a Honda, and that means reliability. Year after year, mile after mile, you can count on the Honda CR-V. A Car Driver 10 Best for the 3rd year in a row. To see the CR-V for yourself, see your upstate Honda dealer today.
Be mindful of your tires. Remember, gotta be smart here early. I'll keep you up to pace what everyone else is doing on tires here. Some of the cars are like red and yellow, so I mean, are they like they're doing something to the tire to make it look like you can't tell? It'll be a bit chaotic with the different tires. There's some guys on reds behind you there. Only a couple in front, but there's 5 or 6 behind you.
Now to Chris Buescher's point, we did see some teams putting red duct tape on the sidewall of the yellow tire to maybe confuse people which one they were running.
Surely not.
Would that happen? Oh, there's a little green tape. What's green and red? I don't have my color wheel with me.
That align
what that
depends
means.
on the wheel. That helps him align the pins on the wheel.
Well, here we go.
All right, pit road is open. Let's see what they do.
No mistakes.
Jamie.
And Ryan Blaney's pits from 4th took off terrible, so they'd have to be better than that. As they went on, the right rear was losing security just like stage 1. The Reds will go on for the first time. The 45 of Tyler Reddick. The car is good. Balance has gotten better. Options on that car as well. Regan.
Joey Logano was too loose to fire off on those red option tires. He used up the right rear, as we saw at the end of that run. A late change for these guys to put the red tires on. They originally had the yellows up on the wall. And the 20 of Christopher Bell, your leader, is real comfortable right now. Told the team, I'm not sure that I need anything else.
So Logano got option tires and fires off from pit road. Here comes the rest of the field. Picked up 4 positions, did Paul Wolf's crew in the 22. Daniel Suarez +6. What a stop for them. Christopher Bell, your stage 2 winner.
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made floor mats. But they really stink, so put these on.
Really, Barry? Mom, I'm thirsty. Don't settle for cheap, stinky floor mats. At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad, next time get WeatherTech. They don't stink.
I'm on it. Find out everything we have at WT.com.
This tax season, do more than just catch up. Spring forward with a free 5G phone with select Straight Talk plans. So you can spring for those new sneakers they need. Oh, those are the unlimited streaming he needs. And with Straight Talk, spring for something you never knew you needed. Spring forward with real unlimited data and get a free 5G phone with select plans on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Hey, Mickey, what's it feel like to die?
Every time you die, humanity moves forward.
Hey, fine.
All right, I'm back.
I got a job to do.
Mickey 17, now playing rated R.
Police are asking your help tonight in finding an Upper Peninsula man.
Somebody murdered and dismembered Chris Reagan. I knew that Kelly Cochran killed him.
It's a game, Killer. All right, game on.
And the Suns win. 125 to 116. Let's go, boys. It's awesome. Fuck the Mavs.
Syracuse University's partnership with the IBEW to provide talented students the opportunity.
Though I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do feel bad for their fans.
Shaping the future of the electrical trade
Fuck them.
and industries they serve.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light power.
So that'll bring our record on the year to 30 and 34.
Trains.
The Mavericks will fall to 32 and 33.
They use the power of Dell AI and Intel, clearing the way so you arrive exactly where you belong.
Why do dude wipes clean better?
Is it extra large? Because they're flushable.
Because obviously wet cleans better than dry. Let's watch. The wet side clears while the dry just smears.
It's just like a plus.
Dude wipes. Best clean, hands down.
Live race coverage continuing from Phoenix Raceway, about 20 miles from downtown Phoenix, and a beautiful afternoon here live with Jamie McMurray, Chris Myers down on pit road enjoying the race. William Byron, the only driver to lead in each race this year, has led the most laps, but the last 5 times that happened here, Jamie, the driver has not gone on to win the race. Let's recap real quick what happened if you weren't with us from the beginning here. A lot of talk about tires, but there's some driver incidents here that have nothing to do with tires.
Yeah, we saw Ty Gibbs slide over just a little bit of Justin Haley, and it triggered this massive wreck on the backstretch, taking out a lot of cars.
This was lap 10, and then later, Joey Logano, who was battling back and forth for the lead early in the race, below the yellow line, penalized. So went down, but has worked his way back up to lead again. The stage 1 winner was William Byron. And then moments ago, this is the big one we were just talking about, with a host of armors involved. Briscoe, Haley, Ty Gibbs, 11 cars total. And moments ago, Christopher Bell, who's going for a 3rd win already this season, has won stage 2. All right, Jamie, so who are you looking at going forward?
Oh, I like Christopher Bell. I mean, you look at, he was the guy on the other tires here, was able to maintain with Logano, went on to win that stage, going for 3 in a row, the first guy to do it in this car. He looks to me to have the best car. It's going to be interesting to see if he can put it all together at the end.
Ryan Blaney said early in stage 2, listening on the radio, this is effing stupid here. He said that the pickup is like crap. Meanwhile, they've done what they've had to do to get, so let's get it together, and they have. They've gotten to within the top 5.
120 laps to go. And there is Blaney in 5th place right now. Logano the leader. As we come to the choose, he takes the inside, as every leader has done so far today. Bell to the outside.
I like what Jamie said about Bell, and I think it's spot on, but Blaney was really good that last run, and more importantly, they're all on soft tires. That will change the characteristics of some of these cars. We'll see who it benefits.
So here's some William Byron radio.
We have to go 60 and 60. So we have the option to go red or saving a set. So as we go, we'll just have that if we want to gamble or what you think of the tires and all this stuff. Okay, got it. Obviously, early cautions could change all that.
So we'll show you points earned today in the 2 stages. As we get ready to go green, William Byron 18, Christopher Bell 17.
Get ready to go back green for the final stage.
But as far as going red, the only driver in the top 10 that does not have that option is Joey Logano. He's on his 2nd set. Everybody else in the top 10 has 1 more set left.
Watch this.
These only lap cars still on the primary tire now.
Back green.
Are Ryan Preece and Ty Dillon. Back to green.
That's gonna that restart right there. That's gonna be interesting to see what NASCAR thinks of that. Whether Logano slowed down or did Bell just roll through the box in front of him.
Doesn't surprise me. You know, Reddick's a very aggressive race car driver. Early on, getting to the outside of Bell.
All right, the restart is under review.
He might roll right around.
Restart under review. Is Logano going to get a second restart penalty today?
Did not do it there.
With your tight on you, headlight higher. There's a head bottom.
Logano holds him off, and here comes Reddick again around the outside in 2. No restart violation.
So the top 19 are all on the option tire.
Harder tires holding these guys off.
No, he's on.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, he's on the softs there, and I think that this is
still doing a good job.
He's doing a great job, right? And I think as you look at the leaderboard, all those option tires are on all these front cars, but now this really changes how you approach it from the driver's standpoint. We've heard all the drivers talk about how it locks their car down and how you have to be aggressive. But how long will these tires go? That's the big question. Logano was able to make them go a long ways, but he was saving.
And that's actually what I was trying to get out.
Ooh, contact with Blaney and
right rear, that
Busher.
Option, right? That clean air was going to go away, and the benefit of that was going away. And Logano's held away. He held him.
Busher's got a bagel on his car.
There's Busher to the outside.
Yeah, we saw
Here's
Ryan.
Logano under fire for the lead once again from Reddick.
We saw Ryan Blaney just beat the bumper to Chris Busher there, getting into turn 3. So he's trying to get somewhere. Veering hard on that rev limiter down the back straightaway. On these red tires with the increased mid-corner speed, you're going to have some rev limiter as you go down into the corner. But I'd rather hit the rev limiter than shift as you see those guys rub again and the smoke fly off the tires.
Well, they need to get this sorted out because just like we saw in Logano's last run, towards the end of these runs, these tires are going to wear out. I want to get to a spot where I can ride and protect my tires and make sure that they last the duration of this run.
Kyle Busch way to the inside, 3 wide coming into turn 3.
Well, that's just what you said, Clint. Those guys needed to work it out. Now they've let Kyle Busch get to the inside of him. It might cost them both a spot there.
Did. He's clear. It's going to slide up.
And Blaney drops to the bottom, crosses under.
Woo, that was nice.
Yeah, Kyle kind of washed up the racetrack and took that line away from Busher, and that's kind of defensive driving there from Busher's side. He's like, look, I'm in a bad spot. I need to lift, unfortunately.
So is there frustration here? Because all race long you've been thinking, boy, when I get the reds on, I'm going to have an advantage. Well, now everybody has that same advantage.
Well, there was certainly frustration in the 12 car. I promise you that.
And this is still going to get interesting as these guys get to lap 30 and these cars start to fall off. We've seen Christopher Bell have a better car up front on the long runs, and we see Tyler Reddick fire off there challenging Joey Logano. But what we saw with Logano is going to be a lot different because these guys all have to go hard in order to maintain their track position. And when these tires fall off, these cars are going to drive really, really bad compared to how they're driving right now.
And the only one that knows how bad is Logano.
And he probably doesn't even know how bad because of the fact that he was able to back his pace down so far. So pushing this hard is going to be really, really interesting around lap 30.
First driver on the option tire is at the bottom of the chart here. Ryan Preece in 20th on the primary tire. Everybody else is on the option tire.
And the question I have here, Larry, is, you know, Logano put the option tire on. Ryan Preece saved that option tire, both in a position not to race with all these guys up front with 2 sets. Which strategy do you like better? Because at some point you're going to be in trouble, and you know, if it doesn't go perfect for Logano, he's going to be in trouble.
I want the strategy that still has me a set of red options laying in those pits.
Yeah.
Right now, that would be the 60. Joey Logano and Paul Wolf, they're in a box. They probably can't run more than about 60 or 70 laps, and they're going to have to go to the yellows. Ryan Preece, Derek Finley, they could run a little long and then put those red options. If we stay green the rest of the way, put those red options late in the race.
So there are 4 teams that have used both sets of option tires, and they are Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Joey Logano, and Daniel Suarez. Now, as Larry pointed out earlier, if you cool those tires off, you can use them again, but everybody else has 1 new set waiting. 108 laps to go. And a lot of action left here in Phoenix, where Joey Logano leads Tyler Reddick.
Jaden wants Kyle to win. I do too. But I kind of doubt it. Still with the full screen green flag commercials and the final. Jesus Christ, I thought we were done with this, but nope.
Hey Tyler, think I have what it takes to be part of a NASCAR pit crew?
You?
Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity Internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track.
You thought that add coolant meant driving with your sunglasses on.
It doesn't make it cooler?
What's a jack?
Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline once.
Okay. I shouldn't be in the pit crew. I meant driver.
Maybe just stick to what you're good at.
Beep, beep. Look out.
Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR.
Once upon a time, Goldilocks took out the Ram 2500 Rebel. Next, he tried the Ram Charger. Then finally, the Ram RHO. And they were all just right.
Right now during Ram Truck Month, get $6,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. See your local Ram dealer today.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Yeah.
Welcome to Martinsville.
Martinsville isn't your average everyday racetrack. Far from it. It's truly one of a kind. The speed, the shape, the history, the hospitality, heck, even the hot dogs. A one-of-a-kind weekend at the short track of NASCAR, with trucks on Friday, Xfinity on Saturday, and Cup Series on Sunday. It's one event too amazing to miss. NASCAR weekend at Martinsville Speedway. Get your tickets now at martinsvillespeedway.com.
Joey Logano continues to lead in a year that's had some records. 125 official lead changes at start-finish, most ever in the first 3 races. First time in the first 3 races, every stage has been won by a different driver. Winners led a grand total of 19 laps this season. Wow. The fewest ever for 3 races.
That tells you how chaotic those first 3 races were. Don't need to lead them all, just the one that counts.
And Joey Logano now has the fastest lap of the day, 131.7 miles an hour, 27.34 seconds. And he set that on lap 196. We're now at lap 212.
Well, that puts him in position to be in contention for that single point that's available for the fastest lap. But I just got to have a feeling that there might be another crack at it as we have a new set of reds still laying in many of these guys' pits.
Bell Blaney, some of those guys may have something to say about that before it's all said and done.
Two Chevrolets fighting for 8th. Ross Chastain inside Kyle Larson.
It seems like Ross Chastain's car likes these red tires a lot better than the primary. He's
Still 20 cars on the lead lap, with Eric Jones getting the wave around at the end of stage number 2. That includes Catherine Legg, who is 5 laps back in 28th, ahead of Gregson and McDowell.
Catherine Legg.
With all the incidents today in her Cup debut. A deal that just came together within the last 2 weeks for the race here in Phoenix.
Whoa, around she goes! Oh, wow! Wow.
Josh Berry.
Catherine Legg goes around, gets into Suarez, right as they were talking about her, too.
Guys, I feel like a jinxter. Right as we put the camera on her.
Wow.
High.
Suarez is done. Well, maybe not done, but
to run up there in the top 10, running 6th, and
definitely not going to win this race now.
She just come up and got to the side of him and spun out.
She was trying to stay off of Berry and just ran out of room there. And that's
So that was about a 9-minute, 40
apron right here,
something second green flag run.
Just got up a little too high, and then tried to keep it off of him, got into the side of him, spun around right in the lap of poor Daniel Suarez. Going to be another frustrating end to his day.
Blaney just got by on the inside there.
Had a good car. Daniel Suarez had a good car all day long.
Hate that for him.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, and we've seen this so many times where you just touch that right front with these cars coming up the racetrack to the outside car. It'll spin them right around, and Daniel Suarez. I mean, what a terrible feeling. Great job by Blaney. And Suarez nowhere to go.
And this changes everything. They can make it from here on fuel. I think you're going to see a mixed bag.
I think they're mostly going to take the option tires, though, which they won't be able to make it to the end. 96 to go.
And bank on another caution late in this race.
I think I like the latter.
Yeah, and I think with that yellow, harder tire, that puts you in a position to run the whole fuel run. We aren't going to make it on the reds.
Honestly, I hope Kyle waits to put it on.
Front runners, and I think that is, you know, Reddick, Bell, Byron, Blaney, those guys
probably
have been
won't.
out front all day long and haven't had to fire that set of tires on them and dig themselves
So
out
everyone's
of the hole.
pitting now.
Here we go. This is 4. Putting it open here. Back to yellows to the point.
Ty Dillon will get the free pass for Tony Nascar 1 lap down.
Yeah, and if it gets down to the end of this race, you just have to have a set of those reds sitting in the pits in order to be in contention to win.
Well, you knew that car 22 was going to have the yellows on. I'm looking up. I see Bell putting yellows on as well as Byron up front here.
So, Barry, they must all be guessing we're going to have more cautions.
Yeah, I think that was the best option right there.
Kyle's 9th off pit road.
I think it's like Larry's saying, Mike. It's the distance of the run more than anything. And if we get a caution at the end of this thing, you'd be dead in the water without those red tires.
Daniel Suarez, fine drive inside the top 10, runs into a spinning Catherine Legg.
Yeah, the Xfinity finish was wild.
We're here at Blackberry Friday, where everyone wants the unique taste of new Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Full Dr. Pepper!
The sweet blackberry flavor.
It's the most succulent taste I've ever tasted!
Attention shoppers, hurry up, it's delicious.
Thanks for coming. Have a one-of-a-kind day.
Hurry and try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Taking the kids for pizza after the game.
Nancy Dawson is passive progressive.
Well, that's nice. So nice of you to spend a fraction of your progressive savings on the team. That's so generous. Oh,
Don't be like Nancy. Drivers who switch could save hundreds.
Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight. It's because it's a buffet of all-you-can-eat butterfly shrimp and sirloin steak.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I don't get it.
Do you have any idea how much this would cost at other restaurants?
Not really, I'm only 6.
A lot, honey. Lock it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
The Barn Bar, the county's best hangout, just got better. Here's to living smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Nascar Broadcasting. Nascar would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Chaos has reigned supreme at the NHRA Antley Oil Gator Nationals today. Early elimination rounds have produced incredible action like this. Trip Tatum's car bouncing out the wall and sliding across the drag strip. There's so much more to come. The NHRA is on next.
Welcome back to the Shriners Children's 500 at Phoenix Raceway. There's the odd-shaped oval that we have from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating 100 years of an American icon. The Goodyear blimp is here today to bring you these views.
It shows you just how big that dog leg is.
Let's check with Regan Smith.
Oh.
Well, Mike just updated a couple of cars that stopped there. The 22
51. His tire is off on pit road and he stopped there.
Took off a little bit too tight for him.
Cody Ware, right?
Though it had come to him, it's because they put the yellow primaries back on the harder tire, they decided to free the car up just a little bit. And much like all day long, Christopher Bell in the 20 car has been pleased with his car, just a little tight that time on the option tires for the first time with him, but they decided not to change anything. He is always quiet on the radio, very quiet today. Jamie?
Well, Regan, before that caution came out, Tyler Reddick came on the radio and he said, guys, I've got a vibration. And then a couple laps later, he said, I've lost power steering up high. Then they reminded him that his teammate Riley Herbst had the same sensation in practice, and it wasn't a power steering issue. Perhaps it's just something that comes with the option tire as they run. So now they just pitted. They put those primary tires back on. So I'll keep a listen, Mike, and see if that problem persists.
Thanks, Jamie. Christopher Bell, your leader from Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Joey Logano, and Josh Berry, who overcame that long pit stop earlier and is now in the top 5. Now, Ty Dillon got the free pass. They have been hoarding their option tires, so when he came into the pits, they had 2 sets of them left. And
patience is a virtue.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to be tricky with their tape on the tires there to fool some people,
but those are reds. Those are option tires.
That's right.
For Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, and Ryan Preece. Now, 3 cars took the wave around, so they're on red tires with a lot of laps on them. A.J. Allmendinger is one of those, along with Todd Gilliland and Ricky Stenhouse. See how they fare.
So, guys, every time we come to Phoenix, you know that the campground's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. I decided to go out and find who had the best tailgating experience, try to crown them the tailgate kings. Kevin, in my quest, I found none other than Jimmy Johnson out there. It kind of surprised me. He flexed on us, buddy. Remember the horseshoe comment? I think that may have come from you originally. He had horseshoes. He had all sorts of stuff.
Not playing horseshoes either. Watch.
This is out of control.
I know. We have some fish tacos, fresh fruits.
There's no ribs.
No, that was last week.
Jimmy, this is incredible. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Of course he has his own napkin.
Gold fork to go with it?
A gold fork? Why wouldn't you have a gold fork?
Why not?
The view. This is nuts. Well,
Maybe,
guys, I got a question. Do you think he's got what it takes to be a tailgate king? Yeah! I think it's official, buddy.
I'll take it, man.
It's yours.
What an honor. Thank you.
My man. I never would have thought that man, once a competitor to me, would be out doing hospitality, but he did it right, man. Gold Forks, it was insane. They had a professional chef out there, the tacos, and don't you think for a second I didn't leave with a plate of that food.
You want to ask Chuck if we can just call the race from out there next year?
Heck no, it's hot out there.
I'm retired, but it's well signed.
I wouldn't mind if he bring that food up here, though.
All right, Christopher Bell will restart inside of Tyler Reddick as the Corvette pace car heads for pit road.
Alrighty.
Come green this time.
Going back green.
To go.
Well, you got to reset here. Not on those reds anymore. You have to reset and remember how these tires fire off. They're not going to feel near as good.
How long can we go under the green flag? Ellen Reddick, Byron Logano, Barry Blaney, Larson, Hamlin, Busch, Chastain, the top 10. 20 cars on the lead lap as we go back to green.
You see that 5-car, Kyle Larson, right up there, had a great restart. Putting himself up into the 3rd position, and you see it get tight off of turn 4. Turn 2 there
did not have an exit turn 2 very good at all. Logano slipped up getting in, enabled Larson to take that spot from him as well.
Jeez.
Christopher Bell is setting sail, looking for his 3rd straight victory. As everybody fights for a position behind him.
Blaine's loose on the
API guy was asleep, I guess.
Positions last time out too.
Kyle Larson coming for 2nd place. Jamie.
Tyler Reddick, the 45, second fastest lap that last time by. He just radioed and said, guys, I have no power steering. So Clint, Kevin, how difficult are these cars to be racing without power steering at this point in the race?
Extremely.
Priest up to 8 on the option tire.
These cars are set up way more aggressive than the front end settings would be completely different if you had no power steering. So
Priest restarted 14th, already up to 6th now.
I don't believe we've had a race this year.
I think Priest is going to take the lead.
Somewhere in the field.
No, we've had a lot of steering issues. We've seen the seals. We've seen pretty much everything that you could possibly imagine with the racks and everything go wrong. So.
Well, he's doing a hell of a job. He's seen wiggling his tire again, trying to maybe, wake the rack up or something if it had air in it. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm telling you, that thing is extremely hard to turn inside that race car.
Priest into the top 5.
Coming back for 3rd, and right behind him on the option tire, that number 60 of Ryan Priest making some noise.
You see him slide up the racetrack right there, but those option tires have so much more grip in them. I didn't know if he was going to give him any room there, but Priest didn't lift.
And
didn't make the track any wider, did it?
Priest up to 3rd. Oh my god. That option tire is so OP.
Logano took over.
Dropping on the paint. 2 paint. 1 paint. 1, no momentum. 2, 3 behind him for 43 on red.
Yeah, right now Joey Logano doesn't want to have any more cautions. He's out of that option red tire in the pits, and if this thing runs green, he's gonna feel like he has lucked into what a day could have been really, really bad. But if it goes and we have a caution and those option tires get put back on, it's gonna be a long road to hoe.
He cannot afford to lose any more track position. It'll just keep compiling, just like you were saying, keep compounding worse and worse and worse, and then everybody's going to have those soft tires at the end. It's going to be even worse yet.
Bubba Wallace fighting for 7th with Eric Jones. And behind them, Ty Dillon, who restarted 20th. That yellow and black car restarted 20th. He's up to 9th place on the option tire.
Yeah, and he's got another set of those option tires sitting in the pits, too.
Jones Logano for 6th.
Yeah, it's almost hard to keep up with what could happen with everything that's going on with the tires. As you see Eric Jones on the inside of Joey Logano and making his way towards the front on the softer tire. But this has to play out with this long run here.
I want to go back to what you said with Ty Dillon and the fact that he still has another set yet. That patience, the discipline to hold on to those tires is going to be a virtue for that team. This is a great job. Got this track position now, and it's not going to lose it if the caution comes out and everybody puts them on. You're going to be right there with them.
Well, if the caution doesn't come out, it'll be questionable that they can make it all the way on these softer tires. So
Priest up to
this is going to be
second.
interesting because you're going to have some things fall your way, no matter what side of the fence that you're on, whether you're Joey Logano and
I think Priest will go right to the lead. Honestly, I think Jones and Dillon are going to go right to second and third. Maybe not past Bell, honestly. I don't
We're going to
know.
get all the way to the checkered flag here without at least one more caution flag.
Well, 6 races here with the Gen 7 car. The average of the last caution is lap 271, which is about 41 laps to go. We've only had one overtime finish, and that was March of 23 with the Gen 7. But Mike, let me remind you, all of our racing here this weekend, ARCA Menard Series on Friday night, Xfinity Series, went into overtime.
Pretty good chance of that. Ty Dillon, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano. This for 6th place here. As Dillon tries to get away and go after Eric Jones and the top 5.
Yeah, for Ty Dillon, he's been on the other side of the fence all day, and he's been like, man, are you ever going to give me anything that makes this car run faster? Now he's got those tires, Clint. I feel like Superman out there passing all the leaders, driving forward.
And that's hard to do. Wait right until the end of the race, because what you don't want to do is in the race and not ever be able to use them in that race with them still sitting on the wall.
Here comes Priest for the lead.
77 to go for
Yeah,
the
Ryan
lead.
Priest
Ryan
is going to
Priest
take the lead.
on the option tire versus Christopher Bell, who has consistently been one of, if not the best cars on the prime tire all day long. And the Berlin, Connecticut driver goes to the front. Ryan Priest leading with 76 laps to go in Phoenix.
Go side by
We'll take you
side.
back side by side.
Here you go.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down,
So yeah,
lives are at stake.
Priest
Our
got
comms
past him for the lead with
have to
no
work.
problems, and now he's driving away, it looks
That's why I
like.
partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes
Yep.
first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America.
Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
Once upon a time, Goldilocks took out the Ram 2500 Rebel. Next, he tried the Ram Charger. Then finally, the Ram RHO. And they were all just right.
Right now during Ram Truck Month, get $6,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. See your local Ram dealer today.
Introducing 2 new Baja Chipotle subs featuring our world-famous Baja Chipotle sauce. Listen, that's the Baja Chipotle talking. Well, it's actually me talking, but you know what I mean. Find your fresh with the new Baja Chipotle collection at Subway.
Welcome to more.
Got a great year ahead.
Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go.
Hey, crew, we got the ball out right here.
Or the sights you're gonna see. Welcome to new places. Familiar faces and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole new season of NASCAR.
Tournament, March 13th through the 15th on Fox and FS1.
Ryan Priest for Roush Fenway Keselowski has now led the last 6 laps. Out in front on the option tire, but still 56 laps to go. He has a 1.5-second lead on Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Ty Dillon up to 4th, and William Byron, the top 5. I'll show you Fox around the turn coming up next here on FS1. The Gator Nationals, the NHRA from Gainesville, Florida. The NASCAR Cup Series goes to Las Vegas next Sunday on FS1, 2 o'clock Eastern. And IndyCar is back on Fox from the Thermal Club Circuit, Sunday, March 23rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's listen in on what kind of issues Ryan Blaney is fighting. He's back to 11th spot now.
I think I'm blowing out. Yeah, I got a problem. I have no power down the straightaway. Pinboard, do what you can. That's all we got.
Kyle's fallen back to 14th, so that's great. Oh yeah, Jones and Dillon do have another set.
Yeah, Clint and I were talking about this 45 car. If that power steering is completely out, I would assume that it wouldn't be long, and he would have been pulling into the pits.
Yeah, if Reddick's power steering's done, he's
fucked. What to
fucked.
expect as a driver? You'll go in the corner, next thing you know, it'll be stiff, and next thing you know, you're going down straightaway and everything's fine. And so in and out is it's not comfortable, but it's better than all the way out.
But like most everything else on this next generation car, that power steering pump, rack, the components all come from a single supplier chosen and designated by Nascar, who is also in charge of quality control for those parts. And I would say the number of failures and issues we've had with power steering already this season, beginning with the Keselowski team having to change all of theirs before the Daytona 500, and it seems every week it's something. To me, that's cause for concern.
It is, and really it's been the most consistent issue that this car has been in the steering, with all the problems that have been in that department. So it's definitely a continuing issue for this year as well.
8 cars are currently out of the race due to accident. The most ever at Phoenix in a Cup Series. Wow.
Sits in 11th place.
That's crazy.
He's had a lot of success here. 7 straight top 5s. Tied for second all time at this racetrack. 9 straight top 10s. That's the longest active streak. Right
Allmendinger's on the option tire.
4 second place finishes, still looking for.
But he's in 19th.
I wonder what that longest streak is, Clint.
Go ahead, tell him. Go ahead.
What? I don't know. I was asking you.
I would imagine it's one of your.
Let me guess. The way you perked up right there must be your.
Perk up.
Oh, there you go.
I was just
there
asking
you go. Get you a pat on the back. That was like so long ago. Everybody forgot though, Kevin.
I know. Doesn't. Oh, see some smoke right there.
It wasn't out of that 12 car. The
23
was it? Okay. You know, there's a lot of guys that are red hot. Blaney's not the only one. Byron obviously leads all drivers. And laps running a top 5 here. He's the only driver to lead laps in every race this season.
Well, Clint, Ryan's tied for second on that streak with Kevin, but Jimmy Johnson has 10 top 5.
I mean, 7 is all you got, Jimmy. That's 10. That's, oh my gosh.
Well, how do you think he affords all that gold silverware and that beautiful buffet?
As much as I was tired of you winning, Kevin, I was way more tired of Jimmy Johnson winning.
Well, he had the whole field tired of him
for 5 years.
So, guys, we know Ryan Priest in his 60 car. He's trying to run 89 laps. That's 25 more than what Joey Logano ran earlier. But they have been on him on the radio about his interval back to second, about his pace. And, guys, I don't know that I've ever seen this little amount of brake used at Phoenix. He is basically using no brake at either end of the racetrack, almost just touching the brake pedal.
And that's doing a good job of saving your tires. It keeps the brake temperature out of them, which builds air pressure, which makes the tires slip more and more. Take care of those tires.
But he's still the fastest car on the racetrack. Between 1 and 3/10 of a second faster because of all the mid-corner speed afforded by that option tire. His last lap, 28.93. Christopher Bell, 29.11.
Yeah, with this next-gen car in general, you use a lot of brake initially, and you immediately start to tail off that brake. It looks like a mountain, the brake graph in this car. And when you back off and you have that extra grip like Larry's talking about with that grip, it's just touch the brake, and you don't use a lot of the brake other than the initial brake, even on the fast laps, but you use it a long ways into the corner because it helps front end turn. You see a little contact there. Denny up the racetrack. When they used to spray the racetrack, you used to be able to go 3 lanes up the racetrack. But as this run goes, even without that resin on the racetrack, you're going to be able to use that banking. And as we had that aerial and it backed out, you could really see the shape of the racetrack as that corner off of turn 4 will open up, and you can drive up that banking into it and get some extra grip out of it.
So I'm curious, Larry, with 58 laps to go, you have the fuel to go the distance, but does anybody really know how long these tires will last?
Again, we're asking 25 more laps out of those red options than we have seen the entire weekend, and that's going to be a lot. And remember how Joey Logano's really started falling off at the end of that 73-lap run.
Hitting the crossovers happen. I don't think Priest, unless the caution comes out here soon, I don't know that he's going to hold him off much longer. He's going to start capturing pretty quick.
And I think, sorry, Mike, I think even if he doesn't hold Christopher Bell off, or even Tyler Reddick, if he can just run it out with all the time that he has gained and finish 5th or 6th, that'll be a huge, huge improvement for what he had going on and where he was going to finish.
It's going to be a career day. Absolutely. His teammates are Buescher in 15th and Keselowski taken out of the race in the lap 99 crash.
I think the point is when these things do start to fall off, they really fall off hard. They die quick. It's just we're going to see it right here if it runs green, how far they do.
Priest has backed out of it by about 0.3 of a second. His lap times have started to fall off, either by design and instruction or by the tire giving up. We'll see.
Hamlin
finally had enough of that.
roughly past Logano.
Especially when they're air blocking you. And then he said, all right, you're going to pull in front of me this time.
Yeah, it looks like the option tire is not good enough for Ty Dillon or Eric Jones to get past Bell or Reddick. And then obviously Jones can't get by Byron either.
Yeah, and it's like I said, a lot of times you look behind you with this car and you try to air block them to keep the guy behind you from progressing forward and trying to make it a much harder pass. Joey Logano was great at that, and Denny's just saying, well, that's the option that he left me.
I think the first time we saw Denny get into him was the first time that he pulled up and did the air block, and he tapped him a little bit, let him know his displeasure. It went on for 2 or 3 more laps, and he finally had enough moving.
And when your car is fading, that's what you want to do. You want to put yourself in the way of the guy behind you so that you can maintain as much track position as you can by holding that guy up.
17th place here. Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott.
Well, I did not think you'd be talking about Chase Elliott in 18th place today. I really thought from practice and the way that they have performed this year, I thought today was going to be a day that they would contend in the top 5, but not the case.
Regan?
Like, just to update Joey Logano, and you guys just mentioned talking about how that car was fading. Much like they thought on that last pit stop, they contemplated freeing the car up even more. Report to the team was it's just not turning very well right now. So struggling with the front turn, that means the front tires aren't going where he wants them to.
Ricky Stenhouse makes a pit stop under green. Going to put primary tires back on his car and send him back out. He's right now 1 lap down, going to go 2. 52 laps to go. Former Modified Tour champ Ryan Preece in his RFK Ford, leading Christopher Bell now by 3 seconds.
Welcome to more. Where the roads don't have limits on how fast you can go.
Big crew, we're going to fall out right here.
Or the sights you're going to see. Welcome to new places. Familiar faces and memories in the making. Welcome to a whole new season of NASCAR.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, The bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
I used to struggle with dandruff and scalp issues, but then I started using Head & Shoulders every wash because the active ingredient in Head & Shoulders fights off the microbes that cause dandruff. Microbes are on everyone's scalp and can cause irritation, but when you use Head & Shoulders every wash,
Keeps these rascals at bay. It helps prevent dandruff before it starts.
Where do you think you're going?
see, no flakes down here.
Here looks great.
Had a little help.
Make every wash count.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
A new postseason tournament comes.
Assuming he's putting on those option tires.
The college basketball crown. 16 teams from the top conferences. Coming March 31st, live from Las Vegas. The college basketball crown on Fox and FS1. Buy your tickets today at vividseats.com or download the app.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Green flag stops have begun. Chase Elliott came in for 4 tires. So did A.J. Allmendinger. Here now is William Byron. Regan.
Like about 2 laps ago, I looked over, saw the picture.
Oh, Bubba has an issue, a tire issue.
Bubba Wallace is right front, but
He's
saw him putting the helmets on and yellow's out.
going. Oh, caution.
Caution is out. I believe it'll be for debris from the 23.
He hit the wall hard. I think he had a right front tire blowout.
Pay attention to this 24 car as to where
they come out. That's a great run.
So that was about a 21-minute green flag run.
Bubba Wallace was 11th. He got into the wall.
Yeah, it is.
He's taking that car behind the wall. Let's have a look here. See, it's already down.
Oh, yeah.
Blew out.
Yeah.
Tried to pull a Ross.
Right on board.
Damn.
That's a terrible feeling.
That sucks.
I'd rather go out there in that corner than the other one. Especially where it did. If it had been another couple car lengths, you turn on the bottom, I think turns a hard right, you're going to hit hard.
I'm going to go pee.
He did hit hard, but it could have been worse. Pace car has collected the field. Larry, what do you do?
Smoke them if you got them, Mike. If you got red option tires, we're going to put them on there now. Yeah, you may see some people go, you know what? We still think there's going to be another caution, but the trends show we don't get that late race caution. I think everybody that has a set of red options, Logano, the best he's got is that set of 20-lap red options from earlier in the race. That would be the better, I think, of the yellow hard tire.
44 laps to go. And showing 18 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Ty Gibbs will be the free pass driver, and we're going to have to check on William Byron, who was on pit road as that caution came out. He'll be a lap down, but he'll wave around, right?
That's right. Yep, that's right.
He'll wave around and have to start at the tail end of the longest line. That's the kicker right there.
Yeah, he's definitely most likely out of contention to win the race now.
How about Ty Dillon? Talk about career days. He got himself up to 4th place on the option tire now with this caution, and he still has one set of those reds to put on.
Yeah, he's going to be able to compete with all these guys that are going to put their reds on.
And keep everybody else behind him, too. He's in the best position possible for that 10 car.
Unless they want to keep gambling that there's going to be another caution somewhere down the road.
Larry said we're smoking.
5 different organizations in the top 5 positions as we went to caution, led by RFK, and here come many of them onto pit road. Jamie.
They called Tyler Reddick in. Remember, he was having those power steering issues. See the water bottle get swapped out. Take a tear off for Clearview. 4 tires here for him. Just to note, Chase Elliott had already pitted before that caution came out, and also the 60. Ryan Preece stayed out, led 34 laps. They'll go back to the primaries, Regan.
Joey Logano needs more turn to fire off on the runs. This will be the primary tires for him. He's not putting those old options back on the race car. And the 20th, Christopher Bell, same thing. Just needs to be a little freer for fire off, but only fire off, not the rest of the road.
Bell leads him off pit road. I believe he's on the option.
All right, yes, sir.
Wide behind Logano there. I'll sort that out.
Well, he didn't only beat him off pit road, he smoked him. That was, the 20 crew has been on it today, Clint.
So 19 cars on the lead lap, plus those that will wave around that have recently been on pit road, and we will set for the finish with roughly 40 laps to go when we go back to racing. And brake rotor?
Well, that was a brake rotor. The question to me, Kevin, did it brake before he hit or after?
Well, the question that I had is, why was he picking up with his hand? I think that, you know, when he hit the wall, I would say it could have been either one. You see a lot of these brake rotors get hot and cold. Huge brakes on the front of these cars, but it definitely sounded like the tire went down, and then when he hit the wall, probably exploded the rotor.
We're talking about Bubba Wallace's car, which has put us under caution here with about 40 laps to go. So the option tire has been, Tyler Reddick, too fast exiting pit road. He's going to go tail end of the longest line.
Well, talk about not being in the right place at the right time. The 9 car and the 24, the Hendrick guys, they came on the pit road under green. That caution came out at the worst time possible.
It did, and the 24 car was in contention to win the race. Chase Elliott's been nowhere to be found up front today. We really anticipated his car being faster than what it has been today, but we talk about mistakes, Clint. We look at the 45 car of Tyler Reddick. It's a very tricky pit road, a lot of things that you have to be able to go through, and now we hear 10 car too fast entering. So these are the details that we talk about on a week-to-week basis. We see all these things happen to cars that have a chance to get a career best day and a finish, or have a chance to win a race.
That 10, that's the costliest error that I've seen today, right there. That guy was in the catbird seat. They had him in position.
Oh, Reddick has an
Those
issue.
tires, had him in the best
His hood's up
possible,
on pit road.
and unfortunately made a mistake.
And Ty Dillon's speeding on pit road.
Tyler Reddick's car, trying to see if that's something.
Yeah, and I think when we talk about Tyler Reddick, and we talked earlier in the pre-race, we said in order to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. Well, a lot of times we don't see things like Joey Logano did normally on the restart violation today. He's not going to do too many of those types of mistakes. But when you're in contention to win these races, you have to dot the I's and cross the T's, or you're not going to beat this guy.
You know who has? That guy. 2 in a row, going for 3, and I think this Christopher Bell, he's in the best seat possible. Got the track position with the best tires.
And the fastest car for most of the day. And he's seen his contenders fall away. We see Logano not have the option tire to put on the car. We see the 45 go into the pits, the 24 caught on pit road because of the caution coming out. So we've seen his contenders fall away. So this is a day that you never know what is going to happen, but you're going to have to fight off whoever is left and try not to make any mistakes, but you have the fastest car.
But Denny Hamlin, look at him. This has changed the game for him. It's going to start on that front row, new life, new shot in the arm. Let's see what he can do with it.
Now, William Byron, Chase Elliott, and A.J. Allmendinger are going to wave around, and they will restart at the tail end of the lead lap. Here's William Byron's team.
Were you the only one to pit, or what's the deal? 45 to go. That's one of those things. Take the most my lifetime. Okay. So the mathematical best chance to win. 2-4. I got you.
I knew there was bound to be a beep in there. That was a bad luck, bad timing deal.
Rudy Fugal, Byron's crew chief. Well, when you got to win in the bank, do you have to do everything according to the math, or can you take chances? You got to win.
Well, he was certainly trying to take a chance there of getting in the best position possible, and maybe trying to leapfrog some back position gain there that Bell had and narrow that gap for his driver, and unfortunately it just bit him.
And a lot of times you just say, hey, I'm going to split this stage into this point, at this point, just because it's a mathematical equation from the
the history standpoint?
Well, no, just from the way the crew guys figure the time lost with the way that the tires are falling off. So, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. But we've definitely seen a lot of the contenders fall away.
Still a bit of cleanup going on here with 39 to go. And in case you missed it,
changes to the car overnight.
well, we started today with a multi-car crash. It was kind of a four-car crash, side to side to side to side, and this was the result. Bing, 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 bang. Noah Gregson from the inside. Then here's Joey Logano on the restart, and just a bit inside the yellow line, so he gets to do a drive-through, but he stayed on the lead lap. Lap 99, an 11-car pile-up hard crashing off turn number 2. Most of those cars ended up in the garage. And most recently, Bubba Wallace listening here. As something, either a tire went down, a brake rotor broke, something, and that car went into the outside wall hard with the right front. And he nursed it to the garage.
All right, getting the one to go.
Blew that tire out pretty quickly. I tend to believe it's probably the rotor.
Could have been. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely. I had that happen in St. Louis one year when you have these longer straightaways or you have long runs. Those brake rotors go through a lot of hot and cold, a lot of splitting of the brakes. So you'll see that right front tire get a lot hotter than the left front tire. You put a lot more strain on the right front brake rotor with the way that you split the brake pads left to right here. So definitely could be possible that's the way that all went down, Clay.
Short track superstitions, full moon, but it's not Saturday night, so let's see if we can get this one to go the final 37 laps. We've had 5 different leaders, 13 lead changes, 21 cars now on the lead lap as we work the 8th caution flag of the day and get ready to restart.
Well, there's a lot of times that we've seen Denny Hamlin run up front and be in contention to win these races, but when you're on the front row and you have a new lease on life to win a race, it'll be interesting
get ready to
to
go
see
back
what
green.
that car actually has with complete clean air on this restart.
There's going to be a lot of movement in this. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if there's under caution. Again, you still got guys that don't have
all right,
soft tires.
green flag is back in the air.
Great restart by Denny. He's dead even with Christopher Bell as they head down to the apron into turn 1.
Eric Jones breathes.
36 laps to go.
In the middle. Comes Chastain in the 1 for 4th place. Nope. Logano's going to hold him off.
Whoa, hold on to it, Chastain.
Eric Jones caught in the middle there with Barry on the inside.
Yeah, Ross is on those primary tires, so he's kind of in the way right now because everybody around him has those option reds.
Look at him fan out in the dog leg.
Which they would show on the leaderboard who had the options.
And they all squeeze together and literally funnel off turn number 2.
Great restart by Kyle Busch in the 8 car. Gained a lot of positions there. He's up 7 already.
From 16th to 9th.
Denny Hamlin's car liked his clean air. Putting the pressure on his teammates.
Yeah, it's a game changer. When you're back in this mess back here, it's just really difficult to be able to put your car in a position to find some clean air. Thought they were going to wreck right there. As that 38 car of Todd Gilliland came up the racetrack, and 24 of William Byron was coming at a high rate of speed. But once you get up in the front of the pack, it's not surprising to see Denny Hamlin right there with Christopher Bell, not only because they're teammates, but just because of the fact that we haven't seen what his car will do in clean air.
Byron has gained 8 spots since the restart. Jamie?
Well, Bubba Wallace has been checked and released. Bubba, any idea what happened with the right front that took you out there?
Brakes blew out. Unfortunate. Didn't have any sign leading up to that last restart that we had. I just noticed about lap 3 or 4, my pedal just traveled further than it had, just by a little bit. So turned on my fans, came back, and that was it. Bummer. We didn't have the best of start or the best of mid-race for our Lidos team, but felt like we finally got our big break and cracked in there to top 10 and was going to make something of it, trying to survive, and just got ripped out from underneath us. Unfortunately, I hate it. We've had such a strong start to the season, but all in all, to be pissed off about it, it is what it is. The team executed. I felt like I executed all day and just wasn't in the cards, so we'll go back home and fly back out here to go to Vegas and drop some fun.
Thanks, Bubba.
Yeah. Jamie, Busch.
Bubba Wallace out of the race. Kyle Busch up to 6th.
Got pretty tight there, pushing him up the racetrack. That him and Bowman.
And what a great day. What another
that was going to be a battle between Bell and Briscoe.
He's had a great start to the
year.
From
Interesting.
a performance standpoint, Alex Bowman, they've had several weeks, a couple weeks here. We haven't had several, but we've had a couple weeks that has seen him overcome a lot of adversity. So great job by that 48 team again today.
Move a little bit further than them two right there, and you got Josh Berry. Another good run for him. Right there in the top 5. Great job by the Wood Brothers car.
Yeah, they've been solid all day. Had a little trouble on pit road, got themselves behind. But the more you race in the front of these packs and understand how to do that, it helps the pit crew, it helps everybody involved figure out how to stay up there.
So here's William Byron up 9 positions since the restart. Remember, he was on pit road giving service when the caution flag came out for Bubba Wallace. Drivers on the option tire listed on the pylon. That's most of the lead lap cars.
And that mishap that Logano, who you're riding with, look how much it's costing him at the later stages of this race.
Well, we knew if it all played out and they had to cycle through some tires, we knew he was in trouble. And this is finally the run that's caught up with everything that's happened to Joey Logano today. And here at the end of this run, he's got the primary tire on and everybody else has the reds.
There's Ty Dillon behind them, still had that last set, and he's digging himself back out of the hole that they were in. Man, that's going to be a coulda, woulda, shoulda day. He's probably getting a top 15 here, but that could have been easily a top 5 run for Ty Dillon in a 10 car.
Right, he had a speeding penalty on his pit stop, so had to restart tail end of the longest line. He's come from 20th to 16th, 15th as he battles up.
But even if he finishes 15th, Clint, I would call that a great day, you know, for that 10 car. I know that they were in position to have a way better finish before the speeding penalty, but I would still look at a day like that where, you know, they haven't really been in contention anywhere throughout the day, but to be able to
Logano is cut.
Place finish, I'd say that they would still be happy.
So as we said at the top of the day, the regular season starts here. Will it continue?
Top 15 are on the option tire.
The NASCAR Cup Series heats
and then Jones and 18th is on the option tire.
We're in Las Vegas with pre-race at 2 Eastern time. The green flag at 3:30. Only on FS1. "25 laps to go here in Phoenix. Christopher Bell half a second up on his Joe Gibbs Toyota teammate Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson third. Chris Buescher, Josh Berry the top 5. And here is what Christopher Bell is aiming at. 2018. Kevin Harvick. Atlanta. Las Vegas. Phoenix. That's the last time anybody won 3 in a row.
That's a decent year for you.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. I'd say 15 was better. I think we finished first or second.
Caution!
First 5 races.
Ryan Blaney.
Earlier, I think we're blowing up, guys. Finally, let's go.
Ryan Blaney brings out the caution. He's blowing up.
He knew it.
Quiet here.
Oh.
Well, Larry.
So it's about a
Well, we have one
6 minute and
key player
10
that
second
has
green
set
flag
a
run.
And that's Tyler Reddick at that 45. When they got penalized, they came back in, pulled the reds off, and put the yellows on. Could be sitting in the catbird seat.
I think, unfortunately, I just saw right before this caution come out, he's went a lap down here, and he's having trouble. I think that power steering is giving him fits.
But he'll be the free pass car.
Yeah, but he was way off the pace there that last lap.
But the bottom line is nobody has any red option soft tires left. They're all gone.
They're all used.
They're all used up. They still have some, like Logano has 20 lap scuffs, but as far as stickers, no more.
It's funny you said that because I was literally just trying to get the guys teed up to it before that caution come out. I noticed he was way off the pace.
Jamie?
Well, guys, we had talked about the power steering issue with Tyler Reddick, and when he came down on that last stop, they did look underneath the hood. They added some power steering fluid. They said there was some sort of leak, so certainly a problem that they think they've helped. We don't know if it's completely better at this point.
Well, he'll get the free pass. He'll have an opportunity to join the 19 cars that are on the lead lap. Now that Ryan Blaney, it appears, will head for the garage.
Well, Blaney definitely diagnosed his car earlier in the race, but here you see the bottom of it falling out.
Well, all those streaks for Blaney will come to an end right here. And William Byron may need a windshield tear off. He was right behind Blaney.
So with 21 laps to go here, are we pitting? What do you think, Larry?
I think you might see a mixed bag again. Nobody has any soft red option tires left, but we just ran a 23-lap run. A 23-lap run on those softer tires, that's a lot, but I think you're going to have some people roll the dice.
Well, if you need some track position, maybe you stay out here. Look at Logano, some of those guys we were just talking about. But what does Bell, Hamlin, Larson, these guys with the track position do?
What do you want, Kevin? Tires or track position?
Yes.
I'll answer for him.
I want whatever's going to be best, Mike.
Of course.
Well, there's Logano. He's going to be on pit road just like I talked about. You knew he was going to. He didn't have anything to lose there.
So from 15th on back, a number of drivers come in, and there is a set of used, softer option tires up on the wall for Ross Chastain.
Yeah, and one thing that we haven't seen is all these option tires have to fire back off. So I think for Logano to be able to come in and put the primary new tires on, it might put him closer to being even.
And when you pit from 15th, out of 19 lead lap cars, little to lose.
So we've got a couple things here that are going to be interesting. The sticker tire for Joey Logano with the primary tire, and then we've got the option tire used on Ross Chastain's car. So a couple things that we got to keep our eye on. It that'll be a cool option tire with, I would say, pretty close to the same amount of laps that the guys on the racetrack still already have.
Now Eric Jones is also on the worn option tire.
And we don't really know this scenario here with the worn option tire and being able to have it sit there and cool back off, reset the air pressures, and put them back on the car. As Larry talked about earlier at North Wilkesboro, that was okay. The tires would pull back off, refire, and you could keep going. So now we've got the guys in the front on the option that have the tires that are still going to be worn, but we don't know how those will fire off either. So this is going to be pretty interesting.
You see how hard he's scrubbing those old red tires. That's Eric Jones. That's a used set of red tires, the soft option tires, scrubbing all the marbles off of them, getting them babies cleaned up.
And that's interesting that you say that, Clint. We talked so much about that during qualifying, but a lot of times on these softer tires, they're really peak temperature. So you want to be really careful about spinning the rear tires and not getting them too hot and not overheating the tires. But in this situation, with all the rubber and things we see on the racetrack, I think a lot of it is just cleaning the tires.
I think you got to get it cleaned up, but be careful not to overheat it.
Yeah, because you got to have the tires. You got to have the tires clean, and we saw this in the Xfinity race yesterday. You're going to see some guys possibly spin the tires in this restart zone. It's in the corner, and we haven't launched on used tires yet.
Starting to see some shade down here in 3 and 4. That always plays a little bit of a role in this. The car will gain some grip on the exit, kind of pick that shade up in the apex of the corner and carry it through the exit.
Ricky Stenhouse just came in, and so did Todd Gilliland, and they both got a set of used option tires, red tires.
It's been fun to keep up with it. You've lost some hair during this race, Larry.
Define fun, please.
It's the first time I've been able to watch you work over there. You're not gonna have anything left by the time this baby's over.
Well, hats off to Goodyear, because this has really made it an entertaining race, following the different strategies and seeing how each of the drivers have been managing their tires, whether they've been on the prime or on the option tire.
Yeah, I think Goodyear and NASCAR have made a good decision on putting the two sets of option tires into this race and allowing us to test those softer tires during race conditions. But it's gave us a lot of storylines as we've gone through this day.
Let's give some props to the guy you're riding along with right now. Chris Buescher. He's done a good job of being in the right place at the right time. He's got some really good track position here. If these two teammates get together, get to battling, he might be there to pick up the slack. Larson as well on his outside.
Yeah, Jaden, I agree.
Back to Buescher. I mean, he just always keeps himself in contention, and this is another great example. Here he is at the end of the race with a shot.
And look, even a little bit, one more row back, Kyle Busch is right there.
Yeah, is he in position to steal one? All right, it'll be 17 laps to go when they get to the line. Christopher Bell leads them back.
Green flag.
Denny Hamlin gets the jump.
He sure did. He got a really good jump.
Yeah, he definitely pushed the issue right there, but I think he knew that he had to be in position as you see him go up the racetrack and try to get that big diamond with a good exit off the corner.
He didn't get the exit he was looking for. Here comes Larson to his inside.
Go down there.
Hamlin holds second. Larson trying to take it on the bottom, and Buescher going way downstairs through the dogleg again.
There's Josh Berry right there. Fourth place. We've talked about what a great day he's had in that Wood Brothers car. Is Kyle Larson back trying to get on the inside of Denny Hamlin to get position.
Josh Berry told us earlier in the weekend, as a short track specialist, how he enjoys the challenge of tire management on a short track, and he has made the most of today.
I'll tell you what, I'm watching Kyle Larson get the inside of turn 3 of Hamlin there. That car looks extremely light on its feet, which is exactly what happened right there. Got loose.
Well, like we talked about before they took the green flag thing, we did not know how these cars were going to refire on these used red tires. They launched out of the restart zone well, but definitely seeing some cars slide around more than what we saw on the stickers.
This Byron has clawed his way right back up there.
Fighting for 6th with Chris Buescher.
Well, he's had a great car all day. It's just sometimes those are the things that happen that you just can't control the caution coming out while you're sitting on pit road. They've done a great job of keeping their head down, keeping themselves in the game.
Is Don about to make a payday? Kind of looks like it.
He knows he has a good car and just getting out of here with everything and every point that you can get.
13 to go as Christopher Bell makes those cars smaller in his rearview mirror. And we see this great battle for 6th place now, joined by Kyle Busch, who was on the high side in 3 and 4 and went all the way to the apron in 1 and 2. Searching for grip.
Half apart. Still order. Still not stand off.
First 5 single file back to this battle for 6th place.
But you see William Byron just can't quite finish that pass because of the momentum that Chris Buescher can keep on that top side of the racetrack. This to me is where you should be able to gain the most amount of time. Get up off the corner, get that side draft off the side of that 17 car, and pull it down on the apron.
But he can't afford to be side by side too many more laps. Speaking of time, he's losing the time. Look at the gap between them and the car in front of them, and he's scrubbing a lot of tire doing it.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure.
Clear up. Get up. Get up. Get up. There he is.
Alex Bowman, 5th place.
Yeah, the showman, he's showing out today. They've rebounded, put themselves in a position to get out of here with a top 5 finish.
Those are show dogs on the side of that car.
Right behind them, Zane Smith. If he gets out of here at 10 to go, in the top 10, it's going to be a good run for him. Oh, Buescher in the wall on the outside of Kyle Busch.
I hear bumper.
7th place they're fighting for with 9 to go.
Josh Berry running 4th.
Denny Hamlin,
Impressive.
6/10 of a second back. His lap times are within 1/100th of a second of Chris Bell, but not quicker.
Yeah, well, the guy behind him that's making up some ground is that 5 car of Kyle Larson. He's opened that racetrack up. He's in the middle lane right here, 3rd lane.
No one's going to be able to pass Bell, though,
But he's
unless there's
running the top
caution.
side of that racetrack, and Denny Hamlin's...
Which there might be.
Ty Gibbs.
It is.
Caution.
Caution is out with 8 to go.
Caution is out. 8 laps to go for Ty Gibbs.
Completely smoked off the front of this thing. It may be another rotor.
10th caution of the day. Ty Gibbs was 13th.
Not what Christopher Bell wanted to see. He had set
So that was about a 4-minute, 19-second green flag run.
In position, Joe Gibbs Racing for a 1-2 finish. This caution comes out. And Ty Gibbs' last 8 races is going to add another one outside the top 25, it appears, here at Phoenix.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs has not had a good going of it.
Here's a look at what happened.
Those are big pieces. I think it's the exact same thing. I think it was another rotor that blew the tire out. He was along for the ride, couldn't stop.
Yeah, it's very rare when you see a car crashing like that if you've got a right front flat that the left front tire is not smoked with your foot locking up the brakes, and that car is leaving marks on the ground because it's going so fast, sliding out of control.
Todd Gilliland, that's a free pass.
That's a big rotor trunk right there, I think.
Yeah.
Now, in a story ripped from the pages of Formula One, on the last caution, Michael McDowell came in and got a set of fresh tires, and you know what he did? He went out and ripped off the fastest lap of the race, 133.23 miles per hour for McDowell, so there's a championship point if it holds up. And with everybody's option tires now used, it likely will. That is Glendale, Arizona, State Farm Stadium, and Glendale is home to Michael McDowell. He and Alex Bowman, the 2 Arizona natives in the field. Bowman from Tucson. Well, Larry, 6 laps to go. What do you want to do here?
Well, we're only going to probably have 2 or 3 laps to go racing. I think everybody at the front, their bed is made. We may have some guys at the back with 19 drivers on the lead lap that hit pit road, but you're up front, your bed is made, you've got to live with it.
Pit road opens. A couple of takers at the back.
Well, the interesting thing here will be that launch. We saw Denny Hamlin be pretty aggressive with where he placed his car going into the restart zone and through the restart zone. Didn't cause him any harm, no penalty or anything, but that launch is going to be important.
Just fucking dive.
Christopher Bell has a better car, but if Denny can keep himself side by side through turns 1 and 2, it could at least change the complexion, and also see him can't get that right front tire off.
I don't think it was up high enough. Oh, no, it's welded on, huh?
So apparently Ross Chastain did not like that worn set of option tires because he just opted for a new set of the primary tires to finish this off.
And I think the longer that these worn tires go on these option tires on these reds, that these guys have to stay out. Those sticker tires, you'll be able to pump the air pressure up a little bit, put yourself in a better position compared to the guys on the reds. The wild card in this whole thing is that 5 car right there. We know Christopher Bell, he's had the best car all day. Denny Hamlin, I think if he had 100% clear track, might be able to hold up a good fight against Christopher Bell, but we know that Kyle Larson will put that car anywhere it needs to go, and I think as these tires get worn, we saw him move up the racetrack, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get outside of that box of normal restarts as to where the car goes and where he'll put it on the racetrack. This guy's had a great day, Josh Berry. The Wood brothers have done a great job and brought Josh in. We know he's had great success on the short tracks, got in a bad situation at Stewart-Haas Racing. Got a great team behind him right now. Stable ground and putting up a great day. Alex Bowman, he's rebounded well.
He's showing when the time's right. That's right. A big rebound for Alex Bowman and company. You look right behind him, it's his teammate. Was up front all day long. Caution came out while they were in the pits. Not ideal at all, but he's dug his way back up to the front.
So you have Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas against Hendrick Chevrolets and the Wood Brothers Ford among the top 6. Then RFK Racing in 7th, Richard Childress Racing in 8th, Front Row Motorsports in 9th, and Hendrick in 10th. A lot of different organizations in that top 10. John Hunter Nemechek in 11th, going for his 3rd top 10 in 4 races this year. Then Joey Logano, the Dillon brothers, Ryan Preece, Chastain, Jones, Gill and Reddick, and Cindric, the lead lap cars.
What do you think Joe Gibbs is thinking right there?
Well, I'm sure he's...
Don't wreck yourselves.
Don't run into each other, and let's win this race.
But your point to Larson, and look where he went. He chose that outside. He wants that outside. If this Hamlin, if he slips up at least a little bit going for the win, Larson will be there for the taking.
And I think on these older tires, I think that the apron and being really good on that apron is going to be a little harder to do through 1 and 2. I think the option is going to be high. You don't want to get yourself pinned low. And I think Larson thinking, okay, I'll have more options if I can choose this outside groove and not get pinned on the bottom. Because if they get to your right rear quarter panel, you're stuck.
Now, Chastain starts 15th.
What's it going to be, 3 to go?
8th row on the inside, but he's the first car with brand new tires. Watch how low he cuts the dog leg on this restart and how many spots he might pick up.
My eyes are glued to this front. He's going to have his work cut out for him back there. And all hell's
going to be 2 laps to go when they go back green.
Bell, he's dominated this race.
Or 3 laps to go. Sorry.
They will get the restart with 2.
Oh, no, it is 2.
Bell and Hamlin.
Green flag.
Here we go.
Good start by Denny Hamlin on his outside.
Oh, and the 24 car gets underneath the 21 there.
Sure
Josh
did.
Berry left the door open there.
Huge for William Byron. Right back to 3rd place.
Bell, here comes Hamlin.
Well, that's what we talked about on these used tires.
Look at this. Bell got in at Denny. Denny got
Here comes Larson. Larson coming around.
Go on the outside. Hamlin is there. They stuff it into turn 3.
Coming to the white flag. White flag is in the air. One more time around Phoenix. Denny Hamlin has the lead. Here comes Bell down on the inside. Bell now taking the lead. And is he going to clear Hamlin? No. Here comes Hamlin beside him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's going to be a photo finish. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Bell. Christopher Bell is going to win at Phoenix in a weekend sweep of photo finishes. 2 photo finishes in 1 week at Phoenix. Wow, who would have fucking guessed that?
Great job by Christopher Bell managing that last.
Damn.
Nobody wants it more than you, Bell. I'm so damn proud of you and this team. Fantastic job.
Wow.
Chief Adam Stevens, 12th career win for Christopher Bell.
3 wins in a row for Christopher Bell.
Joe Gibbs might have had a heart attack. He was thinking there for a second, my goodness, are we going to lose this race?
First driver to win 3 in a row in the 7th generation Cup car. And the first to win 3 of the first 4 races of a season since Kevin did it in 2018.
He can win next week, too.
And where we going after that?
Homestead.
It's pretty good there, too.
They're on a roll. That's
well, the record, in case you wondered, is Richard Petty's with 10 in a row.
Oh.
Well, we got a long way. Hey, that ain't fair.
We're taking 1 week at a time.
He's called the king for a reason.
Fair enough.
Dom wins the money, gets a correct win prediction. I think that's the first correct win prediction of any of us for the
So
year.
not only is this 3 races in a row, it's 2 in a row for the spring race at Phoenix. The Norman, Oklahoma's Christopher Bell. And he parks it right on the start-finish line.
I don't know what he's trying to show him. I couldn't read it.
Second closest finish in the history of the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix.
I told you in the pre-race this kid's elite. He's proven it. It's his time to shine.
Well, he's definitely shining, Clint, that's for sure. He's putting it on with some great talent there. Great racecraft. Great job by Christopher Bell again.
How about that one, Regan?
What a
What a battle at the end. Christopher Bell wins his 3rd race in a row. You had a dominant car for the majority of the day, but it did not come without some drama at the end of the race, having to race your teammate Denny Hamlin. How in the world did you get that one done side by side across the line?
How about that one, race fans? Oh my gosh, man. That was about yeah, whatever you're sitting there dreaming it up, that's about as ugly as it gets. You put the red tires on, you're like, all right, what I don't want to happen is go like 20, 30 laps and get a yellow. Then that happened. Then we went like 10 more laps, we had another yellow, and it was just all about who could get clear on the restart. Neither of us could, and we were just racing really, really hard there, coming to the line, and woo! JGR ran 1-2, how about that?
Christopher Bell wins his 3rd in a row in a thriller at Phoenix.
Well, let's have a look at that last lap one more time.
That was a crazy finish.
With Larson 3rd, side by side here.
Denny did a great job of getting to his outside bumper down here in this corner. I thought he had it cleared. He got through the middle good. And then right at the end, Denny grabbed a handful of throttle. Watch this. Got to his right rear right there. And that's what put him in position where Bell just couldn't seal him off right there.
Yeah, and then they went down in here into turn 3, and Bell kind of sent it into the corner, got up the racetrack into Denny a little bit. Nothing, no harm, no foul. Bounced off his door and back to the start-finish line first.
And Bell got a bit of a shot there from Kyle Larson coming to the line. And here's Jamie with the runner-up in the closest finish in the history of Phoenix.
Closest finish in the history of Phoenix.
Really?
Danny,
Even closer than the Carl Edwards Kevin Harvick finish?
Best run of the year, but you come so close.
Yeah, great job by the Sport Clips team. They just got better and better as it went. Pit crew did a phenomenal job. That it's got us, keep us in the game when we had a bad stop in the middle, and they made up for it at the end. And it was the first time we were able to get some clean air all day, and obviously our car was really fast, and I really kind of wanted it to stay green there. Because I thought in the long run it's really where we were going to be able to excel, especially on these tires. But we got a good restart. The 5 really gave me a great push on the front stretch on the restart, and then down the back stretch to so I had kind of position on the 20, but I knew he was going to ship it in there, and he had to use me. He could, and obviously we just kind of ran out of racetrack there. But a great finish, and great job by the whole Joe Gibbs team to give us some fast cars.
Thanks, Danny.
A 1-2 for Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas.
Wow.
Kyle Larson, Chevy 3rd. John
What a
Barry
finish.
4th.
What an amazing story. 4 races into the season. We only have 2 different winners. Christopher Bell has won 3 races in a row. Did not really expect that to be the case. But yeah, this might be his championship season. I would not be surprised. 2nd win in a row at Phoenix. Or at Phoenix in the spring race, sorry. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me read off my stream schedule for the week. How many different lead changes were there? Because Jaden did add that. There was 18 lead changes today. Yeah. And then Christopher Bell led the most laps, 105, and then William Byron led 83. Joey Logano led 81. Priest led 34. So nobody really dominated, but Bell did lead the most laps.
Farmer Wants a Wife. Season premiere Thursday, March 20th on
Yeah, stream schedule for next week. So on Monday, so that's tomorrow, I'll be live at 8 p.m. for the Suns and Grizzlies. Tuesday, I will not be live. Bell could win Vegas. He has won there before. Tuesday, I will not be live. Wednesday, I'll be live for the Suns and Rockets at 8 p.m. Thursday, I will not be live. Friday, I will also not be live. And Saturday, I will also not be live. But Sunday, I will be live for the NASCAR Cup race at Las Vegas. I'll be live at 3:15 for that. And yeah.
Suffer by their decisions. Prepare for the shocking twist.
Tired of watching good people do bad things.
It will completely change.
You know, we're gonna let this get to 4 hours. We got like a minute and 15 seconds till that. I'm gonna let it fucking get there. I'm gonna let it get right to 4 hours and then end the stream. Yeah, Bell. Crazy win at Atlanta with the caution that came out, and you know, just a crazy finish there. And then Coda, where he had the great battle with Kyle Busch, ended up passing him and then winning the race. And then today, just honestly didn't dominate, but clearly was the best out there.
He did lead the most laps, so that that hasn't been the trend. Guys who've led the most laps have not gone on to win, and he certainly has shown, not just in this race. You talked in the pre-race about his versatility. What impressed you most, Jamie, about Bell's performance here?
Oh my God, it was the last 2 laps. It's incredible to watch he and Denny go side by side, not wreck each other.
Yeah, man, that finish was crazy.
They had the advantage as they were in 1 and 2 on the last lap. Bell was able to pull that off. And Chris, the thing that sticks out to me about the 20 team right now is he's won the 3 races in a row, but he ran second the last time we were in Vegas.
But all right, y'all, I'm going to end this shit right here. Fun day today. I want to thank you guys for watching.